You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. You ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not, think a straight kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south. You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. I work, I got vision, I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if
if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
Hello and welcome to My Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick. Let's go ahead and turn on these cameras here. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday. You know what that means. Tyson. Let's bring in Tyson DeLacruz.
Yo, what's up, man? How's it going?
It's going crazy here because let me change the settings here. There we go. What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude? Look, it's like twinsies, man.
Oh man, yeah. Look at that. Yo,
twinsies.
Let me tell you,
that was kind of sweet. I said,
like, I got the same color hag. We're rocking the brown today, like a little
rocking the brown. What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? Listen, I'm overwhelmed with all the information in my head. I was thinking, try to change it up a little bit and get the chat room more involved in the show. So this is my proposal for the ones that are in the chat room. If you want to join the show, you're more than welcome to join the show. Okay? We're going to bring you guys in if you want to come in. And if you want to talk about any topic, bring it.
Let's go.
So, yeah, with that said, let me go ahead and I'm going to put the link out. And if they want to show up, they show up. If
dude,
not,
I like the brown swag. We got going on, man. I like it. I like it. Stephanie said we planned it. I don't think we planned it, but
no planning involved here. It's unscripted, unplanned. It's all. I leave it to the universe, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, Matt. So what's been going on,
dude? Today was a good day, man. I had a good day. I actually had an appointment. Actually, this woman that I had purchased a couple of her properties before, and she had called me up. They moved to San Diego, and she was like, "Hey, come, Tyson, come through. Like, we're gonna sell our place here in Las Vegas. Just seeing if you're still buying and all this stuff." So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I went over there and I chatted up with her. She's a super sweet lady. Like, she's so sweet. The first time that I met her, we kind of connected because I love New Mexican chili, like the rotisserie, the New Mexican chili.
Mhm.
So she was super sweet, man. And she's from New Mexico. So she brought a bunch of New Mexican roasted, green chilies for me. And she actually dehydrated or, dried some and made like a powder. I use that powder like on everything, man. And yeah, I just caught up with her. I probably haven't seen her in like 4 years. So it was nice to catch up with her for a little bit. And yeah, landscapers came. They did my front yard because it looked like a mess. But other than that, man, everything else was good, bro. How about yourself?
I'm feeling actually. Today was raining. It was like a horrible rainy day all from last night to today, and I've been achy. Neck's been killing me. I saw my primary doctor today, and yeah, we came to agreement. I have to see a surgeon. So for my neck, yeah, it's serious. So she's like putting me through the ringer. I got to go back to physical therapy again, and she wants me to continue. And actually, I got to see a chiropractor, and but other than that, I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm the only thing that I'm happy about today is that Comey just got indicted.
He did.
And it's been a long time coming. We need to hold these high office officials accountable for their actions, and I think it's about time we get payback.
Dude, I saw that come in the news late last night. Comey was indicted, or at that time it was a precursor, and yeah, I was like, man, this what a crooked fella, Honestly, I'd like to see where this goes. I'd like to see where it goes. I'd like to see where it goes.
Same here. Actually, you know what? I got a video, so we could pull up real quick.
I like the background, man.
Thank you.
Dude,
yeah, I'm trying to.
It's like it's the Earth, right? Is it the Earth or
Yes.
just a planet?
It's the planet Earth, and we got a lot of asteroids coming at us.
Yeah, it looks like something out of Marvel, man.
Right. It gives me
like
that
Thanos.
The Thanos feel, right? Yeah, I see it.
I like it, and I like the blue. I like the blue in the back. It looks good, man.
Yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying. This.
You're not trying. You're doing it, man.
Yeah. Definitely am doing it. It's just I've been out of it all. Like today, it's just been like one of those days you want to throw it away, and it's because of the rain and all the moisture and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just not
raining. I get melancholy with the rain too. So, it just kind of puts me in a whatever mood. But we're transitioning out here, so it was funny because I went to a place and they were like, "How is the weather outside?" And I'm like, you know what? It's not bad. And when I say it's not bad, it's 90 degrees.
Wow.
We're used to 100,
115.
Yeah. So it's nice.
All right, let's go ahead and check out this story here real quick. Let's go ahead and put it up here.
Breaking news that we are following for you, just coming down within the last 5 minutes or so. I'm your host, Mike Pace. We'll be with you for the next several hours. We are breaking former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on 2 counts. This is what we are learning right now. Associated Press was putting this out earlier. Fox News as well. The former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on charges of making a false statement and obstruction. AP sources are reporting. I want to give you a live look right now as well. This is at the Eastern District of Virginia Courthouse in Virginia. We see reports reporters coming out right now after the indictment just dropped from the grand jury. So we want to just give you the latest here of what we are learning from Fox News on this breaker. Former FBI Director James Comey was indicted by a grand jury on alleged false statement and obstruction of justice charges. Fox News Digital exclusively reported back in July that Comey was under criminal investigation by the FBI. The probe into Comey centered on whether he lied to Congress during his September 30th, 2020 testimony about his handling of the original Trump-Russia probe at the FBI, known inside the Bureau as Crossfire Hurricane. Fox News Digital also exclusively reported that former CIA Director John Brennan is under criminal investigation related to the Trump-Russia investigation. Under federal law, prosecutors have 5 years to bring a charge, with the 5-year mark occurring this Tuesday. So a grand jury had to come together here, and they had up until Tuesday to get this indictment. The case is being handled by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia. Former special counsel Robert Mueller was appointed to take over the FBI's original Crossfire Hurricane investigation. After nearly 2 years, Mueller's investigation, which concluded in March of 2019, yielded no evidence of criminal conspiracy or coordination between the Trump campaign and Russian officials during the 2016 presidential election. Shortly after, John Durham was appointed as special counsel to investigate the origins of the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. Durham found that the FBI failed to act on a clear warning sign that the Bureau was the target of a Clinton-led effort to manipulate or influence the law enforcement process for political purposes ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Indeed, had the FBI opened the Crossfire Hurricane investigation as an assessment and in turn gathered and analyzed data in concert with the information from the Clinton plan intelligence, it is likely that the information received would have been examined at a minimum with a more critical eye, the report continued to say. Durham, in his report, said the FBI failed to act on what should have been when combined with other facts, a clear warning sign that the FBI might then be the target of an effort to manipulate or influence the law enforcement process for political purposes during the 2016 presidential election. All right, we are also getting an update and posting on X from the FBI Director Kash Patel saying today, your FBI took another step in its promise of full accountability. For far too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust. Every day, we continue the fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we continue to investigate and expose. Everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account no matter their perch. No one is above the law. We are also getting a statement from Attorney General Pamela Bondi saying no one is above the law. Today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice's commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts in this case. And now Dan Bongino as well putting a statement on X saying, when Director Patel and I took on our leadership positions in the FBI, we promised the American people accountability. Promises matter. So again, this was coming up to 5 years, and that would have been the marker which they needed to get an indictment before the 5-year turn, which is happening on Tuesday. The indictment has come down with 2 charges against the former FBI director, James Comey. And again, we are continuing to follow always the very latest here on Live Now from Fox. As we just learned in the coming days, Donald Trump's handpicked U.S. attorney in Virginia was planning to ask a grand jury to indict former FBI director James Comey for allegedly lying to Congress despite prosecutors and investigators, determining there was insufficient evidence to charge him. Sources with direct knowledge of this investigation have told media sources. Earlier this week, prosecutors presented Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former personal attorney, whom he appointed back to lead the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia, with a detailed memo recommending that she decline to bring perjury and obstruction charges against Comey. Also, the sources familiar with this memo have told media members. A month-long investigation into Comey by DOJ prosecutors failed to establish probable cause of a crime, meaning that not only would they be unable to secure a conviction of Comey by proving the claims beyond a reasonable doubt, but that they couldn't reach a significantly lower standards to secure an indictment, the sources said there. But now we are learning that the grand jury has come back with a 2-count indictment against the former FBI director, James Comey. Again, we will be following this here news throughout the evening. Once we get more statements, maybe there will be one from President Trump on his Truth Social. We'll continue to look at that throughout the evening, and we will pass it along to you as we get new information here. But a live look here at the White House. We'll continue to follow the top stories, headlines, and breaking news as it happens, all right here on Live Now from Fox. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we will be back with much more in just moments on Live Now.
While he's going to take his little break, we're going to continue on with the show here. There's a lot of breaking news going on, dude. There's besides the Comey thing, I know the Comey is something we would love to talk about, but there's been an intrusion in Alaska with a couple of fighter jets. Got some Russian fighter jets that infiltrated Alaska airways there. Give me 1 second, because it's kind of like breaking news too. So this is a big chance that we might go into a big war with Russia. Maybe World War III.
Let's check it.
All right, hold on. Let me bring it on up.
Letitia James, their particular indictment for Letitia James is supposed to come up in the next few days as well.
I think hers is going to be pretty intense too.
Today or tomorrow, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Comey in a second, but this is actually like really big breaking news right now, where we got a couple of jets, some war jets, has pretty much infiltrated Alaska airspace. This could be very dangerous, and not only that, it could spark something. That's why I think that's the reason why Hegseth went into the war room to speak with the generals to get them prepared for something big to happen. This is very scary. Okay, here we go.
Thank you for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. We do have some breaking news that happened a little bit earlier today that we did want to get to you here on Live Now from Fox. As I put up this post here from Fox News, we are learning, according to the North American Aerospace Defense Command, also known as NORAD, the U.S. scrambled fighter jets and other aircraft to identify and intercept 4 Russian warplanes flying near Alaska today. It's the 3rd time in about a month and the 9th time this year that NORAD has reported such an incident involving Russian aircraft flying near Alaska. NORAD said in a statement issued earlier this morning that it detected and tracked 2 Russian bombers and 2 Russian fighter jets operating in the Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone. A total of 9 U.S. aircraft, a command and control aircraft, 4 fighter jets, and 4 tanker planes scrambled to positively identify and intercept the Russian jets. The Russian aircraft remained in international airspace and did not enter American or Canadian sovereign airspace. Such Russian activity near Alaska occurs regularly and is not seen as a threat. However, the incident comes after President Trump said Tuesday he believed Ukraine could win back all territory lost to Russia, which is a shift from President Trump's calls for Kyiv to make concessions to end Russia's war in Ukraine. NATO warned Russia on Tuesday as well that it would use all means to defend against any further breaches of its airspace after the downing this month of Russian drones over Poland and Estonia's report of an intrusion by Russian fighter jets last week. President Trump also said on Tuesday NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace. Asked if the U.S. would back up NATO allies in a situation like that, President Trump said, quote, "It depends on the circumstance." Following a summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska last month, President Trump said he was arranging for direct talks between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. But Putin has shown no interest in meeting with Zelensky, and Moscow has only intensified its attacks on Ukraine. So once again, learning here as I read you this post from Fox News, jets scrambled. NORAD detects Russian aircraft in Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone. A story we will continue to follow here on.
Not good. Go ahead, Tyson.
Northern American Aerospace Defenses Command. I just pulled up an article regarding this. Just kind of recapping. Detected 2 Russian nuclear bombers and fighter jets operating around Alaska Airspace Defense Zone today. And then this just kind of coincides with that meeting that's happening with Pete Hegseth and the commanders. I think it's next week, right?
Actually, no. I think it happened today, and I think I have a video of.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it's coming from. Give me 1 second. Let me load it up here. And this is coming from. Give me 1 second. I have to set it up here. This is I have a feeling something really big is going to happen, man. And I always tell people, listen, we're alive to witness something really big to happen. And I think this is the moment.
Big old jets, man.
Yeah. They're okay. Here we go. Let me set this up here. Okay, here we go. Benny Johnson.
What's up, guys? Benny, you know it's going to be an insane day when Dan Bongino just starts randomly Patriot posting without any context. Bongino this morning popped up at 8 a.m. God bless America and those who defend her with a little American flag emoji. Very rare use of an emoji for Bongino, who, well, I mean, it's not a criticism. Dan Bongino is doing some of the most important work in the country right now and is quite busy at the FBI. So when he does get to post, you have to assume that maybe it means something. President Trump says he's going to have a major announcement today. It is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at time of recording, and we don't have that major announcement. But, well, I guess we'll see. Maybe they're connected, perhaps. Maybe this is the connection. Oh, no. What's going on with the Secretary of War? So the newly renamed Secretary of War, they even renamed the Twitter handle, SecWar. It's called the Secretary of War. It's called the Department of War now. Kick ass. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, has convened a meeting of top U.S. leaders, military leaders, from across the globe. No details offered. Highly unusual meeting set for next week in Virginia in person. Has fear looming of potential purge in the military. Hegseth has previously vowed to cut 20% of the top U.S. generals and admirals. Could it be that? Could it be something else? Secretary of War Pete Hegseth summoned all of his generals and admirals to an urgent meeting. A senior Pentagon spokesperson says, "I have never seen anything like this in 30 years.
Wow.
We might be going to war." So here, Fox News is speculating that potentially this has to do with cutting the fat, as it were. Not a knock on General Mark Milley, but maybe it is. Other Pentagon correspondents saying that this may be the time that war is about to break out. And yikes, Hegseth summons all of the generals together. Confusion sweeps through ranks as nobody knows what's going on. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth has abruptly summoned hundreds of America's highest-ranking military officers to a rare closed-door meeting in person next week. He has offered no explanation for the surprise move, fueling speculation among top generals that their staff unaware of the purpose of the summit at the Virginia Marine Corps base. The order, first reported by the Washington Post, was sent out to the military's top leadership worldwide this week. It comes months after Hegseth's Pentagon staff reported plans to slash U.S. military senior ranks, cutting jobs by 100 admirals and generals. Hegseth called the move necessary to cut redundant force structure, continued streamlining the Pentagon's red tape jungle. In a statement today, Sean Parnell, the Pentagon spokesperson, confirmed the Daily Mail that the secretary will be addressing his senior military leaders next week. And that's it. Holy moly.
Okay.
He did not provide any further details about the meeting. 800 generals and admirals are stationed across the U.S. and around the world, spanning virtually every country on Earth and all time zones. According to the insiders, Hegseth's new directive targets all senior commanders, ranked brigadier generals, and above their top enlisted advisors, many of whom lead large formations of troops. Two sources familiar with the situation confirmed to the Daily Mail that top-ranking officers from active conflict zones and key regions in the Middle East, Europe, and Asia are all coming back to America to meet with Hegseth. Former Pentagon source tells the Daily Mail that he can't remember the last time this has happened. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't tell you the last time this happened, the source said, adding that this isn't exactly protocol. Expect the unexpected with Hegseth's Department of War. Another former Pentagon official with 40 years of experience noted that an in-person meeting is odd considering investments into secure military communications. We have invested billions of dollars into bandwidth and worldwide connectivity. It must be very important for Hegseth to want something to be done in person and not over teleconference. Teleconference, I mean, we already know that they were using Chinese engineers, to monitor all our communications. So obviously harder to hack an in-person meeting in, a skiff is what they're called, right? If you were able to have like a secure bubble that can't be hacked, that's where classified work gets done. I assume this is where this meeting will be. I'm sure it will leak soon. Former CNN national security correspondent speculated that the meeting could be to stage a photo opportunity to feature Trump surrounded by generals as he touts the work towards achieving peace. Okay. But what do you know? The Washington Post reported that the key government figures are developing a fresh national defense plan that prioritizes protecting the homeland, replacing China as the chief security concern after years of emphasis. Sources familiar suggest that the shift could be a topic of discussion at the upcoming meeting. The new directive comes after several significant changes for Hegseth, including removing top-level officials, renaming the Department of Defense as the Department of War, slashing the number of generals by about a quarter, recent dismissals as part of the continuing sweep through the echelon of the defense system. Okay. So no one knows. The answer is no one knows. So this article has three speculations. Fox News is speculating here, and everyone else is speculating. The Pentagon pizza tracker is saying that we're going to war. This is an amazing account. I encourage you to follow it. It tracks when pizzerias near the Pentagon are reporting really high above average. What that means is like everyone at the Pentagon is ordering a pizza because they're going to be working late into the evening. And the Pentagon pizza tracker predicts when there's going to be something big happening. Rare urgent meeting. Generals and admirals. Good time to pray for peace, says Mike Lee. Everyone's buzzing about this. What could it possibly be? Well, Pete Hegseth, before he became the Secretary of War, said all of the woke generals must be fired immediately. Is this part of it? Is this part of what is going on? I mean, I'll play it for you. Maybe that's what's going to happen. This is in El Salvador. The president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, gathers every single official in the executive branch and his government, and then announces a surprise. He asked his attorney general to investigate all of them for bribery. So he gathers everyone in his government, and then he goes, "You're all under investigation." Is that what Hegseth's going to do? It's a total alpha move. Joey Jones, super rad dude. He's veteran. He's on Fox all the time. Perhaps you know him. Pretty famous vet. Spoke with the Pentagon. This meeting is a speech from the Secretary of War to all of his commanders. They want them to stay on mission, but it's just a speech. It's a speech from the Secretary of War. Well, again, you're not giving me a lot of information there. I can tell you that like there have been things heating up with Russia. Russia says no choice but war after Trump U-turn on Ukraine. Europeans tell Russians they're ready to shoot down all of their jets. Trump says that Russia's economy is on the brink of collapse. Kremlin blasts fuel exports until the end of the year. Russia's supply is disrupted by Ukrainian drones. Europe is ready for direct conflict with Russia. Russia's mounting economic woes could force Putin's hand. Okay. And so on and so on. Europe is at war with Russia, whether it likes it or not. And so on. So we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see. I will end with this clip from Sean Ryan's podcast, where Pete Hegseth describes a situation where he gathers all the generals together and fires them. The woke generals together and fires them. So maybe this is what's going to happen. Please let it be the case. Here we go.
There's a chance to course correct it, but it would take a new Trump administration going after it really hard.
How would they correct it?
Well, first of all, you got to fire. You got to fire the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and you got to fire this. I mean, obviously, you're going to bring in a new Secretary of Defense, but any general that was involved, general, admiral, whatever that was involved in any of the DEI woke shit, it's got to go. Either you're in for war fighting, and that's it. That's the only litmus test we care about. You got to get DEI and CRT out of military academies, so you're not training young officers to be baptized in this type of thinking. And then, whatever the standards, whatever the combat standards were, say, in, 1995, let's just make those the standards. And as far as recruiting, to hire the guy that, did Top Gun Maverick and create some real ads that motivate people to want to serve. And there's lots of other ways in which you could identify who gets promoted and what, but there's an ethos change. I mean, there's a reason people don't want to serve, because they don't trust that their senior leaders are going to have their best interest in mind in combat. I know there were mistakes made on our tours all over the place, but I, at least for the most part, had a sense that my senior leaders were committed to the completion of the mission for the right reasons. And maybe there were strategic differences and all that other stuff, and it wasn't always perfect, but that trust is broken, and you have to reestablish that trust by putting in no-nonsense warfighters in those positions who aren't going to cater to the socially correct garbage.
I'm going to share this real quick. Hold on.
Sorry about that. My mic was out. I was saying, what I wrote in the chat, Venezuela and a Russian war, maybe World War III, possibility. But I say cut the drugs going to Russia from Venezuela. And I think that's what's happening. Remember, a lot of people are addicted to drugs. A lot of the cocaine and a lot of the heavy stuff comes from Venezuela, Colombia. It comes from all in South America, Brazil. Chile. I can name them all. They all producing these drugs, and they're sending it throughout the world, mainly across through Africa to get to Russia. And that's how it keeps their drugs flowing into Russia. Now, if you cut the drugs, eliminate that ice, that's going to spark World War III, of course. I have a feeling that's when Russia will go crazy, because they need the drugs. That's my mind thinking. Go ahead.
That's their big economy, the drug flow. And cocaine is making a comeback in America, because just because the shipment methods and things like that. But they're really punching down in regards to the water raids. So, and they can't just walk it across the border anymore. And that's their supply chain mechanism. That's their supply chain. Same thing with Mexico too. I would consider, honestly, in retrospect, I would consider Mexico almost like a wholesale manufacturer for the actual product. The products are shipped in.
Yeah, they put it together.
Yeah, predominantly produced in Mexico, then distributed from Mexico, just because the access points and availability. But
they get it in powder form, and then they're the ones that press it, and it gets that beautiful little M and that 30 mark, and it looks just like the pharmaceutical medicine, which it's a big problem.
Yeah, I'm looking at that pizza tracker. You want to pop it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to pop it up, but I don't know why. Oh, because I had one open. It didn't let me open the other one. Go ahead.
So this is the pizza tracker that Benny was talking about. I learned something new today. I didn't even know that there was a Pentagon Pizza Index. So it's kind of like the strippers index, I guess. But this pizza index indicates when pizzas are being delivered in that
Holy
particular area.
smokes.
So apparently nobody likes Domino's, but
Yeah.
Extreme Pizza has a 214% spike today, right now.
You know, and that just sparked up Pizzagate in my head for some reason.
Papa John's.
But this type of stuff should be secret. They shouldn't be popping, you know, because little things like this is like ratting out things that operations that are happening.
Yeah, but it looks like these guys are making money off this website. So
Oh yeah. I mean,
I think there's like a poly market, betting situation here.
what are the odds of World War III breaking out? Like, I think I think they want that to happen. You gotta remember the 1%. This is the 1% that's control the world, and they're not only Americans. Okay, they're from all over the world. The 1%, and they're the big players. They're the ones that manipulate the system and have us do certain things at certain times.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have necessarily my finger on the pulse in this particular situation. But I know war obviously makes, money.
Money, yeah,
Money,
it's
right?
profitable. I've been saying that in my channel for the longest. I was like, anytime war is for profits and to make more money, and you get very handsomely rich.
And it on an economic base, it would suck for the economy. But
well, I don't think so, Tyson. You know why? Because if you get the Europeans to stop buying the oil and gas from Russia, right, and they go ahead and purchase it from the United States,
he was toting about that the other day too.
Yeah, that opens up another line of
For sure.
credit, like line of money coming into the States. So, I mean, I think it balances off whatever, I think. Listen, the way the people think here and the way the people move here, life goes on, and they have to entertain themselves. They have to take care of themselves. They still got to spend money. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
War is a money machine for sure. War is an absolute money machine.
It's a fucking ATM.
But I do think, me personally, I think, the administration will do its darnest not to get in that particular confrontation.
I mean, it's not us. It's not us starting it, though. You know what I mean? Russia really wants it to trigger. You see, they're doing things to test out and to antagonize. You know what I mean?
Poking the bear.
Yeah, like they're poking us, right? And I just feel like it's gonna be a moment in time. Hold on, let me fix this. A moment in time where we're gonna like have enough is enough, and I think it's gonna take something tragic to happen, maybe in Poland or somewhere that's a NATO alliance, and that's gonna just fuck it, and how fast is our Minuteman?
One more time.
How fast is our Minuteman?
They just
never been tested.
It sucks, man, because they just started restructuring military just in general. If this were to happen at the beginning of the year, it'd be a different scenario. I think we have the right personnel in there now, but man, honestly, like, fingers crossed. I don't want that. I don't want war, man. That's just me. I don't want it.
You know what tells me? I'm gonna see war before I die.
Probably because you got some life to live.
Well, not that long, but it's happening fast, right? You had this intrusion today, and we had these jets pop out of, and infiltrated the Alaskan. And good thing is Alaska. It's not like, if it would have been Hawaii or something, then we've been like scratching our heads, like what the fuck. Um, but Alaska, like I said, there's been like that happening before, so it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's something to overreact on. It's just not what I see. I still see that the Venezuela part and the drugs, and how like they really want to take Maduro's out. And if you do that and you could take that government over and win it back, that's gonna harm China really bad, because Venezuela buys a lot from China.
Yep.
Like a lot of South America buys from China. It's not only Venezuela, but like Colombia and Brazil. Brazil is like one of the major buyers is China.
Huge manufacturing companies out there that manufacture the precursors,
And the thing is that this is how I see it. The drug flow not only goes to Russia, it goes to China, and China distributes out to Russia, and it's like they have their own little drug, because drug, you understand, that makes a lot of money. It's very valuable, and especially these big money people, they like doing that. And if you cut that flow, it's gonna mess up like a lot of, like I just feel like there's something just really big is gonna happen.
Yep. You know, they just had those individuals indicted with the Chinese manufacturing companies for those precursors too. But
Mhm.
that's just what they found, right? Like that's just what they discovered or what they know about. But there's a bunch of other stuff that, obviously China doesn't really even expose their actual GDP numbers, their economics.
Mhm.
They don't do
Mhm.
nothing.
Neither does North Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're
So
right. You're right.
you
Yep.
know, and I feel like that's why I said, how fast is our Minuteman?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna, if it comes to that, and this is the time, because those weapons were built for a reason, and those weapons never been tested, so we can't really, thank God we have Elon now, but we don't have enough time. I mean, if they built enough rockets, they could shoot them multiple times and hit wherever they need to with SpaceX, and it's reusable.
I was two things. So, I was thinking about Elon the other day or yesterday, actually, because, he's one of the biggest military defense contractors, private defense contractors.
Yeah.
I wonder what other products that they're actually manufacturing that, aren't openly talked about using the technology. Just kind of
Lasers.
like, yeah, like Palantir too, like there's a lot of products that Palantir doesn't openly discuss. And then secondly, NASA was recategorized as a spy agency,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
which is interesting.
They
It's
did
kind of,
launch. They did launch the other day a secret mission,
yeah.
a secret satellites they sent up. I mean, I think SpaceX, just like the shuttle, they used to take up certain satellites, but they also had secret satellites they used to take up with them too and release them
Yeah, and
up
just
there.
drop them.
Yeah, it's just you release it with whatever you're sending up there. You say, "Oh yeah, we're sending up some Starlings."
Whatever.
Starlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. And they got a lot of weapons. I just, because I've talked about this before on my channel, and I always seen this in my vision. But I see a lot of weapons in space, and it's not like missiles or anything. It's more like laser, like high tech laser weapons to destroy other satellites that are in orbit. And it's to eliminate the threat from above. You can win the war from below, but you got to take out the satellites from above.
Check. So NASA change in status at the end of August 2025. An executive order reclassified NASA and several other scientific agencies to have a primary function of intelligence, counterintelligence, and national security work.
Mm-hmm.
Because we ain't going to the moon, you know.
That's another thing. Like, okay, with the moon bullshit, right? You would have think, okay, if we've been to the moon before, we would have been going there so many times. As like it would have been a tourist spot already. And the fact they just scrapped it, never went back, and now they when they started like building back to go back, they're like, we don't even know how to do it. We don't even know.
Like, we're gonna beat them back to the moon. Okay.
It's like, okay, your example is just horrible, because if we already, and they're like, oh no, we don't have those plans, and how to, like, it mysteriously just disappeared. Like, you're kidding me. The plans that you had to go to the moon, and it just automatically just vanished. Are you kidding?
I want to know in the chat how many people think. Okay, how many people think we went to the moon? I want to know. I want to know in the chat. Chat, let me know how many people think that we went to the moon. And then also, when I think about the technology back then, I think there is no way that astronauts were speaking to the president from the moon. I can hardly get signal when I go on a hike.
Remember when the cell phones started coming out, like how unreliable they were, and they would cut off, and they would like, it was like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, that was a thing back when the cell phones came out. You think back in the 60s they were able to call a president from the moon?
No.
I got a bridge to sell you if you believe it.
Well,
I got plenty of bridges here in Connecticut. Some of them are falling down, but don't worry about it. You get the government money, they fix it back up.
Yeah. There's no way. And then there's no way that because when cell phones came out, there was like 16 gigs worth of, connection. No
and
way.
The games were crappy.
No, I can't, like I said, with this phone, I don't even know what this is, 15 or iPhone 15 or whatever it is. I can't even go on a
S23.
hike and call somebody, man.
My phone goes out too. My phone, if you're going into like the woods, like it just disappears the signal. Like a lot of times when we've gone to New Hampshire, like on the way up, I would lose cell phone on the highway.
Yeah. Maybe we did land something, right? Maybe we did land something, but the footage that we saw from the moon was not the footage from the moon, right? Like it just wasn't.
It just wouldn't make sense, because they would have known how to do it. They would have been constantly going up there. They would have like perfected their craft and made it like so much better. Like, fucking, we have Elon Musk now, and he doesn't still. They're still working on trying to develop a way to get into the moon. Shit, they're trying to figure out a way to get to Mars, and I'm like, I don't even think people could live in Mars because of the rotation, the gravity, it's like the pulse of Earth,
the electronic pulse. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You would have to be like, created. Yeah.
Like in a suit or genetically altered of some sort,
Yeah.
It reminds me of that movie. What was that movie? Oh man. With Ice Cube. Didn't Ice Cube go to the moon?
Oh no, I was thinking Leprechaun. I know the Leprechaun went to the moon, I believe.
Terry got Starlink. I paid $10 extra for Starlink with T-Mobile. I didn't even know they did that. What's up, Chloe? I didn't even know they did that. Actually, I was looking into getting Starlink too, because it's about the same freaking price as my internet.
Yeah, I'm like my internet's driving me crazy, man. It's just not too reliable, and I have like the panoramic version of the Cox, what a name of a company that they have, and I have the box like literally right there, and a lot of times that motherfucker just stops working, and it interrupts my show, and yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this NASA being recategorized as a spy agency kind of went under the radar.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that the reason why they didn't hire Elon's best friend or friend to become the director of NASA, because they had plans to pretty much restructure that into more of a secretive operation. They're not going to be too transparent.
Yeah. Also, what does that mean for privacy and stuff? But
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't, honestly, man. Like it
I've been,
matters. It matters, but also it doesn't matter because, like, dude, we're on the internet.
mm-hmm,
You log into your phone. There's
mm-hmm,
just so much data everywhere
mm-hmm,
people
mm-hmm.
have on you. But yet they can't find. I don't know if you watch Candace Owens, not this last one, but the one before. But she had footage of what was his name from Butler. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Damn, I forgot his name too. The fucking idiot.
Shoot, what's his name? Crooks. Yes, Crooks.
There you go.
Dude, she had, regardless of what you think of Candace Owens or whatever, but she's going ham on the FBI. She's doing her own investigations on what's going on, but she found internet, social media posts and social media videos from Crooks, and the FBI said that they couldn't find anything. I don't know, man. I don't know. If Candace can do it, I'd be scared. I would be scared to be Candace's husband, man.
I would be scared, like, yeah, because you gotta understand, like, the people that are controlling the narrative, you get too close, they could put you out. They don't care who you are. Look what happened to Charlie. Charlie Kirk. Like, they put him out, and that was the setup. You can't convince me anyone but I know when I smell a setup, it's a damn shitty setup, and I hope they do get the proper people who did this to Charlie, because there's a lot of people involved.
Yeah, the university or Utah Valley University is trying to close the case.
That's crazy. And then the damn trans boyfriend, he ran away.
And yeah, it's a twofold. I saw that yesterday. He probably went somewhere else, just maybe this is just my assumption. People know this dude, right? And they were probably door knocking, leaving notes or whatever, and he probably had to dip, But I think
he's on the protective, like a witness.
I don't think he's on. He might be on protective, but I personally don't think so. But I do think that they have a pulse on him.
I mean, they could always disguise him as a girl because he's already transitioning. So, I mean, put a wig and a dress on him and change his name, and they could put him in a protection, and he'll fall off the face of the earth for a while. Nowadays they deliver food and everything to the house, and he could seclude himself, and that'd be fucked up though, because I just feel like they're the fall guys. I think there's more to it, man.
Yeah. Steph asked, do you think she's going to be able to show the video of Tyler with the woman? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, they're saying that there's another video, a longer video of him walking with supposedly a lady. Um,
I honestly don't think that the videos from the Ring cameras, they're showing these different outfit changes and things like this. I think those are two different people. I think one of them might be Twigs
wow.
because they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them might be, because the footage is very blurry. And like,
Mm-hmm.
why would somebody change outfits 2 or 3 times like it's a freaking,
I just
fashion show?
I just don't understand these cameras, right? Because they should be at this point in the future, they should be high definition 4K cameras that actually capture exactly what you're wearing without it being fuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there was this interesting piece of footage. I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been from JR Investigates, JR Investigates. But there was some footage where he was walking across the street. A van kind of like scoops in the street,
Mm-hmm.
stops, maybe says something or whatever, and then drives off. It's
I don't know, right?
I
It's a
don't
head
think
scratcher.
I don't think that the person that's in jail right now pulled the trigger.
I don't think so either. Because
JLR Investigates. Thanks, Terry.
it's because like, okay, that's very accurate, right? The shot. And just I've been seeing all different. I need to see more angles, because what they're just providing is just too little for the amount of people that were there that were actually filming. I don't know why we haven't seen more like angles of what happened, because I think that will answer a lot of questions and a lot of theories that are going on right now. Because they're even claiming that the microphone was some kind of device that detonated or some, like, there is like a lot of weird movements behind Charlie after he got hit that just grows a lot of suspicion. Like the whole thing, I've been like it's like sus, It's
Yeah,
like it's very sus, and I
it is.
sniffed. I felt that.
It is. It is. It's very suspect. And the
Mhm.
thing, I know they're probably holding some evidence away from the general public, which is okay, which is understandable in regards of law. But there's so many questions. There's so many questions and disconnects and things like that. I feel that they got to put out something to kind of recover it. Whether it's some additional footage or whatever, just to kind of make the general public happy about the scenario, because people don't feel good about the scenario. They don't feel good about it at all, period. So they got to put out something. But yet they're so quick, like yesterday with the shooting at the ICE facility, they're so quick to post the bullets again with the anti-ICE,
Where's the Charlie Kirk's fucking bullets? I have not seen it. It's been 2 weeks.
It,
We have not
it was,
seen
it
it.
was the ones that they posted yesterday
Where?
from the ICE shooting.
Oh yeah, the kid. Yeah, they put that shit right away. That shit was so fast. I was surprised because I was doing the show, right? And they were like, "Damn, that's quick that they put those bullets out and with the engravings and stuff." But they never put out the Charlie's ones. And why have they not done that? Like, it's very something's. I'm telling you, something's not right.
Yes.
Because you would see how it's written, right? You would see how it was, if it was like, if it was done hand or was it with a little saw, or like how
Dude,
that you could
you
tell.
can't. You can't do it with the saw. It's a live ammunition. Live.
Well, no, not like a saw. Like it's a little hand saw. So it's not like electric. Not the
Oh.
electric.
Oh.
No, not that. Like you got to do a little hand saw and sketch it in, like etch it in. I mean, I would like to see that and see the writing on it to see how clear the writing is. But they haven't released that, so I wonder why.
Yeah. I love the text messages, by the way. I love the text messages. My love, it was me, my love.
That's some chat GBT type of shit. They put it
You're
on
the
an
note
AI.
on the keyboard. You must read it now and dispose of it as soon as you read it.
My God. That's so crazy. That's wild.
I think that was like pre-manufactured messaging. Not necessarily, I'm giving the FBI benefit of the doubt here, but it was pre-manufactured messaging, whatever the whole scenario was, whatever the setup was. These were pre-manufactured messaging to be sent out and delivered in specific times after 12/28 or whatever it was. These are the sequence of messages.
I mean, they could run it through a program to see if it's true or not. The FBI is pretty advanced. I mean, if they don't have those type of programs, then I don't know what the fuck they're doing, to be honest with you. And it shouldn't be only the FBI in it. It should be the CIA and Homeland Security.
Yeah.
And there should be other organizations working on this too.
Yeah, because they got their hands full, man. And you already know, before Kash Patel got in there, we just saw that with this clip with Comey. Before Kash Patel out there, there's still holes in the boat, at least in my opinion. There's still a lot of holes in that agency, and those people have been with those agencies for a very long time and have yet to be exposed of the stuff that they threw under the rug.
Mm-hmm. That makes me laugh. ChatGPT. But yeah, like Stephanie says, I already ran it through and it was fake. Yeah, it's just the whole situation there is it's so JFK 2.0, and they really want it to be like that. There's a lot of outsiders. I feel like that's just a setup. Charlie had no chance. He wasn't coming out of there alive. And the fact that they did a thing on him, you heard about that? They did a little curse on him.
I saw that. I watched that last night. I saw the Megyn Kelly. I'm sure
an hour 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure the people in the chat already know. But Megyn Kelly showed it was on Jezebel. It was called Jezebel Newsletter.
Yes,
and they said that they wanted to place not necessarily the people that published Jezebel, but they reached out to somebody on Etsy, a witch on Etsy, to place a hex or a curse on Kirk and the family. That's wild, because people are playing with stuff that they don't know nothing about.
Exactly. When you do bad, especially something like that bad, the person who actually did that, they're shitting bricks, because the repercussion from that like boomerang effect is coming back and it's gonna hit them hard.
Yep, it opens up a Pandora's box,
and
then you're playing with the evil demonic spirits that don't necessarily abide by control of this world.
No, they don't follow any rules. They don't give a shit about you or your rules.
Yep. That's why, man. When you always mentioned Louisiana, when I went down there to New Orleans, I went into one shop down there, one like voodoo shop.
You probably went to the one I went to.
Maybe, yeah. I'm it's not my thing, man. Like, it's not. I get bad juju from that stuff like that. Like, so I don't even go in there. I know that there's good witches, bad witches.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, there's all types of different witches, and there's a lot of in New Orleans in itself. It's a haven of very old like voodoo, and the energy there is very strong. A lot of death, a lot of spiritual battles. Um, we saw an episode here on my show of my CTV
I
where
saw
they
it.
went
Yeah.
to they went to the island and the guy started throwing up black, like shit is real.
Yeah, dude. We are just in these skin suits. In these skin
Hmm.
suits, we are just in these skin suits living in this reality, but we're spiritual beings. We're spiritual
No,
beings, and
we're energy.
yeah, it's all energy, man. And it follows. That's why, like I going into the voodoo shops, I know some of that energy still, goes on, like
Hmm.
grabs you when you leave some of those places, man. That's why
Hmm.
I don't mess
Well,
with it.
for me, I'm so into it. So like I know who I went to, and I did my reading, did all my stuff, got my third eye mask right here, and for me, it's more of a spiritual yet an eye, like opening up your third eye,
Yeah.
and for me, I'm gifted in a sense because I've like been doing this for over 8, 9, 10 years, but all my life I've been very gifted and always used to see ghosts, always used to interact with the spirits, and the spirits always used to guide me to do things, and I used to get in really bad trouble.
Yep.
I could write a book. It would be very interesting.
Yeah, man. Um because I had went to Peru. So I had went to Peru and sat with, there's a Shipibo tribe out there, and man,
Hmm.
they call them spirititos.
Hmm.
And it was
Did
it's
you
wild out there, man.
didn't do the ayahuasca, did you?
I did. So
Mm.
this was back in this was back in 2019. That was the last time that I did that.
Wow, I've never done it. I would love to do it.
Um, I originally, um, yeah, I don't obviously like normally talk about this stuff, but I originally got introduced to. I originally got introduced to psychedelics back in like 2015, before it was like this thing to, this cool hip thing to talk about.
Hmm.
And then I had went to Peru a couple times and sat with the Shipibo tribe out there in Peru. I actually was gone for like a month, man. And I was 2.5 weeks in the jungle with the Shipibo tribe. But
That is so fucking cool.
it really was, man. It really, really was, man. And they live
I
off of nature.
feel the excitement.
And they use they use a lot of plant medicine in general, not just psychedelics, but they use the plant medicine
Hmm.
as healing, like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
and not like how they do it here in Western culture, where people just do it to get high or whatever. But they use it as a spiritual experience, and that's what it's meant for. It's meant as a sacred experience, just like sitting down for meditation, or just like sitting down in
Hmm.
prayer and all this stuff. So, but yeah, it was an amazing experience. I remember I had a stomach ache because when I got to the jungle, man, like
Mm.
I just had a crazy stomach ache. I had like crazy water coming out of my butt. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
was like, hey, I talked to one of the people that were at the tribe, and they were like, okay. And then we went in the jungle. We got like these plants, we got like these branches. He made this tea, and in like 30 minutes, bro, stomach was good.
Wow.
Stomach was good, man.
I
Yeah.
like this. This
Yeah.
is good.
Chloe, yeah, like shrooms, microdosing. I I'm sober. I've been sober since the end of 2023. from everything. But
Okay.
microdosing was one of the things that was really
I've never done that.
yeah.
I'm so interested in microdosing myself because it's more for the psychedelic to mostly for me for healing and for a lot of the PTSD that I have because I have reoccurring from the accident I had
Yeah.
that my mind just keeps replaying events that happened to me in the past and it just comes back to me like I'm reliving it and then I get anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
So they wanted to put me in the psychedelic type of study here in Connecticut. I didn't do it because I didn't want to travel like every day to this far location. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll continue smoking and I'm okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this, but like I used to have a medical clinic and there was we predominantly focused on psychedelic psychotherapy for like individuals with like traumatic brain injuries and PTSD.
Wow.
And
that's funny.
Fully licensed clinic with physicians and things like that. It was really amazing because these were trial periods for here in Nevada, and really got some really positive results at small dosages for these individuals. Because they put them on lithium, they put them on all this other stuff that doesn't necessarily really help them. And with some of these other things that kind of open up some pathways and just kind of expose some of the veil, they have an opportunity to kind of see what's working and what's not working. And then we had the psychotherapist come in and like actually help them implement those things in their life. Like whether it's their relationship or their job or whatever the scenario is, or their food, it has a real big thing on their mental health. So it was it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it seems like
we went down that rabbit hole, but
no, that's awesome because that's what we talk about here on my show.
Yeah.
So you came into the right spot in the hole. It's very interesting because like I always wanted to try it, but never really done it yet. Eventually I will get to it, but I really want to do the ayahuasca. But I never want to do it by myself. It's not good to do it by yourself. You have to do, at least with people and see what experience that I come through because like a lot of people say a lot of stuff too good stuff about and with my energy and what I'm capable of, and I'm like, man, imagine if I'm under ayahuasca and what I could see and feel.
Yeah, even doing some like really good breath work with I know you smoke cannabis, but like really doing some really good breath work with the cannabis.
I'm good. I hold my breath. I hold the smoke inside. I'd be talking and the smoke would still be inside me and then I let it out.
No, I mean like Wim Hof kind of breathing, like almost Wim Hof breathing's kind of like a hypervenilic type breathing. It's really interesting with the cannabis.
Yeah, and they're trying to put a little black eye on it. Like even the Republicans in Texas are really against it. And I'm like...
Yeah, like box breathing.
But I don't know why Texas is going the route they're going. They want to get rid of the THC. And I'm like, if you get rid of the THC, you're not getting much effect and much medicine. I mean, like here in Connecticut, they have it under control and stuff, but I feel like I could grow better.
That's the thing. I think a lot of these. I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine. He actually sits on the North Las Vegas like district or whatever. But originally, the plan for Nevada was to have these dispensaries come in and then use that money that was generated, the tax revenue from that to benefit the school district. But since the money cannot go in bank accounts, they cannot trace the money, so very little of the money went to the school district.
Yeah. And the things that, like here in Connecticut, right? I can speak for here. They're reckoning in mad money. The state, oh my God, they're reckoning in so much money, and it's like they're trying to figure out what to do, right? And we live in a democratic state, because Connecticut. Ugh. And I wish it would turn Republican, but I don't know if I would be able to see it in my lifetime. But I wish. But they're making so much money, and then they're I don't even know what the hell they're doing with the money because they're not really putting it back to programs. They're like teachers are being fired because they don't have enough money to pay for the teachers. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All that cannabis money, like, where's that money going to?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should go to teachers. I think it should go to like childcare. It should go to like develop the children, like learning capabilities, learning facilities. Like, I feel like there should be more facilities for that. With the tax that they tax, and let me tell you, they tax heavy here in Connecticut. Oh man, yeah. But with medical, you don't get taxed.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. I'm just
Because like here in Connecticut, they with the license, because I have my license, so I could grow like plants if I wanted to, and I could grow not as much as I wanted. There's a certain amount. I think I could have like 6 plants and 6 juveniles, like 6 adults and 6 juveniles, and then I could grow it out, whatever, and I could harvest whatever from that. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just kind of reading the comments real quick. Last time. What? Oh, Republican governor. We had a surplus in spending. Everyone $200. He's sending everybody $200.
For what?
It's not because the budget was. It's not much, but because the budget was done well, he's giving back. Oh, that's great. It's not like Chicago or freaking Baltimore.
Wait a minute, but something's not right there. How is he capable of sending out money which their budget's not good? They don't have like what surplus in what area? Like, because all other areas they're fucked up. Like their fire department is fucked up. Their police department is fucked up. Like, tell me what is it's like. I don't with the Palisades fire and all this other fires that happen and how can they come up with those numbers if a lot of those properties are gone? Like how are they getting tax money if that
No. This is in Virginia. I think West
Oh,
Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was California. I was about to say.
No. California.
Oh,
Yeah, California ain't getting nothing, man.
I was like, oh, wait, I was going off on Gavin Newsom real quick. I was like, this fucking motherfuckers and Karen Bass too. How the hell they got $200 to give to anybody if they can't even fucking build back the Palisades?
No,
Like-
it's in it's in Virginia.
Oh, thank God. Because I was about to have a fit right here. You're
That's
about
awesome,
to see.
Steph. Yeah, that's cool.
You're about to see fire. But that's, I mean, Virginia, I think instead of giving that money out, they should do something with it, But it's like, what can they do? Make it more money, make more money out of it. Put in some kind of market where you could just deposit those 200 and just let it ride. And by the time like 10, 15, 20 years from now, that money is going to be nice for you, like for your retirement.
Yeah, or just pop it in, Fidelity broker account or something.
Yeah. Let it ride.
Fidelity broker account.
Put it in and forget about it.
Palo Alto.
Yeah.
Palo Alto is a good one. I like Palo Alto as a stock.
I tell
Nvidia.
people, if you have $500, get those $500 and just put it in something and just let it ride. Just pretend that money's gone. Like you lost that money, you paid bills, you bought something for yourself, but don't check that account. Let it ride for a good 10, 15 years. And you'll thank me when I'm dead. And you'll be like, damn, you'll come back and write, this motherfucker was so fucking smart. Like he was a very good psychic. This motherfucker is too good. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I think the market in 15 years is gonna be so like handsomely good.
It's
Like people
it's
who
doing pretty
invest,
good right now, man.
yeah, no,
I'm
that's
liking it.
nothing. No, that's
He
nothing.
Steph says he's the first Republican. He's the first Republican, so we have to keep it red now that elections are coming up. So hopefully people realize, yeah, and I think that's probably why he sent out the $200. But kudos to the $200.
No, I mean, I would put that up. I'll put it in the market, let it ride. I mean, I wish I was like back then had the mind that I have now, because I would have put all my money on Microsoft. I would have put all my money on certain things, you know, like Apple back in the
Yeah.
days. Like, imagine, like, you would be filthy rich now if you would have had a good like $1,000 in there. It would have been more than enough. Crazy. But that's how life, you know, every now and then. Like even the Pokemon. You saw the Pokemon? Have you got into that stuff?
No, I never was into
Dude,
that stuff.
that's the biggest money laundry operation known to man, I believe.
I know baseball cards like Tops and
Mm-hmm.
there's another one that's out. Not Panini cards or something.
Panini.
Yeah, they're like cards. They're coming in hot now. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, because
Not my-
there's cards that are worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. Like you could buy a car with one card. Like, and I think it's like the biggest like money laundering operation known to man. And I think that has to be regulated. And I think Trump should look into it, because that market has been exploding, and a lot of people have been washing their money with those cards. And I think, you know, I don't want to be the I don't know. I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, but that needs to be looked at, because I was watching some shows and they're like, yeah, this card is like $100,000. I'm like, for a piece of paper that was stamped,
It's the same thing like money, though. It's the same thing like money, you know?
on a sweatshop, probably, that this card made it, and it got graded as a 10 magically, and it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, you if that's not money laundering, then I don't know what is. Then I just don't. I don't. And it's really big, and the thing is that kids are getting like super like addicted to it. And the kids now are even worse than back in the past, because I remember I used to work at Toys R Us way back in the days. This is like talking about like 98.
Yeah.
1998. I was working at Toys R Us, and at that time, Blade was the big deal, and the Pokemon, like everybody wanted fucking Pokemon, and those things, like a lot of them, they were just staying in the shelves. I remember I used to work in the boys department, where the cards where we used to put up the Pokemon, and nobody really would get them and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it's just like exploded in market. Like
Yeah.
I've seen boxes of old retro like for $300,000. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? For paper and ink?
It's the same thing when you look at a dollar, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's all dependent on what we deem as a group what the value is.
Value. Yeah.
But
That's scary.
yeah. So Steph, Palo Alto, I like Palo Alto. If you guys don't have a Fidelity broker account, I love Fidelity broker accounts. To throw money in long-term stocks. But Palo Alto, I like that. I like Nvidia. I like and I have money in Palo Alto and Nvidia and Republic Services. Those are my jams.
Nice. Let's see here. I was looking at this. My dad is a money expert, and he's been written about in many books, especially courtesy. Okay, my son is trying to learn, but prefers Pokemon and cards. Yeah, Pokemon. And let me tell you, the that market, and it keeps going up. I'm like, it's like the stock market, but of Pokemon, and you have these people just opening packs on YouTube. I've been watching them, and they'll be like, "Oh, I got their golden card," and it's like literally, it's weird to me because I'm like the amount of money they pay for it. That's what shocks me. Like, yeah, I paid $100,000 for this box, $150,000, and I'm like, you gotta be like. To have that money just to give out like that, 150, like boom,
Yeah.
and there's no regulation because like if I win 1,200 in the casino, the taxes are coming up my ass because I hit a little jackpot, and they want me to pay the taxes on that. But then you got these people spending over $100,000 on cards, and it's just like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how regulated and like with the values and stuff like that. I mean, I used to work at a card shop when I was younger, and I used to sell like the packs. And I remember very like vaguely, I knew where was the card out of the box that had the special card. That's how good I was. Like I will open the box and I'm like the packs. I would count 1, 2, 3, pull it out, and I'm like, I'm taking this one. Like, and I bought it, open it. Oh shit! I got like the top card of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was never my thing, man. Like cards weren't my thing, man.
I have old cards and comic books here. I
Yeah,
got
I have stacks. I have like boxes and boxes of comic books at my mom's house.
I have mine here too. I have some really nice ones signed.
Yeah.
And pretty pricey books and so forth. I mean, hopefully it holds value.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon, did you see the new DHS ad for the new DHS ad?
No,
See it?
no. Set it up. Hold on.
Let's see. Where's that?
Oh, my mouse didn't go to sleep. There you go. My mouse fell asleep.
Where is it at?
I'll let you work on that. But yeah, I worked at a car shop. Very young age too. I was about how was I? I was about
Here it is.
12, 13 years old. My parents let me, so
Here it is.
holy smoke. Whoa, what is that?
I wanna be the very
Oh, okay.
ever was.
The
The
ice. That's crazy.
Is my card. I will travel across the
No.
searching far and wide. He's stuck in my
Yo,
to
that's
understand
the biggest troll.
power that's inside. It's you and me.
Oh no.
I know it's my destiny.
Oh no.
My best friend in a
This is
world
wild. You know, they got to come here to Connecticut because that's wild.
Our courage to pull us through.
When I first saw this, I about laughed so hard.
That
Oh
is
my
so
gosh.
funny.
And then they got you guys saw this one too. This one had me laughing so hard. This right here.
Oh yes, the auto pen. Oh my god, that's priceless.
This is classic.
You know, Obama is getting in trouble, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually Look at the auto pen. Yo, look at Trump's look at his picture too. Look at Trump, like both of them. Look at the side by side. Serious.
Classic. There was
My,
let me see if I can share this. Hold on.
that's
I've
funny.
watched this over and over again. Let me see if I can.
Have a good night, Stephanie.
Good
Get
night,
the little
Steph.
man to bed. It's Friday tomorrow, so one step closer to the weekend.
Let me see. This boom profile saved.
I love the auto pen picture, right? Because like I
Classic.
saw when the first time I saw it, I saw the seriousness of the picture of Trump. I was like 45. I don't even remember him been like that serious. But then I saw the auto pen and then I saw the other serious picture. I was like, oh, this is funny. This is classic. This is the first time in history. I mean, you got to think of all these presidents. This is the first time in history an auto pen is the presidential picture.
Oh yeah.
This
I don't know
goes down in
how-
history.
Oh man. I don't know if you can see this.
If you close the chat on there, it might expand.
How do
Is
I
there a
close?
way it won't shrink it?
Let me see. Is that better?
Well, the other way was kind of a little bit better. The one before.
Let me see if it's on. I thought I saved it on here too.
Well, I can make it bigger. Hold on. If you make it bigger on your side, I can make it bigger on this side. So we'll work on both ends.
Hold on. I think I might saved it somewhere else. No. So check this out. Look at this.
Oh, jing! Holy shit! Oh, yo, I have to see that again. Oh my god! Yo, I have to see that again. This is something like replay. Wow, accurate. Like right here. Like this.
I'm motherfucking back. Let me talk to my lady. Man, fuck you, dog.
He said, "Let me talk to my lady."
You broke my back.
Damn, more like his head.
Yeah.
Like his head went straight to that wall. Oh man, he's lucky he's up talking.
Yeah. It's funny, man.
Yeah, well, it's wild. The world is wild. Yeah, I saw Charlie Kirk. I'm like that's the webs keep growing on that Charlie case. Like the person, the tranny, whatever you want to call it, has gone missing, I guess, right? I mean, not in Utah, right? But what outreach does it have? Where can it be?
Yeah.
I don't know its pronouns, so I call it it.
It'll
Fuck.
probably still in Utah, but
Do you think it's still in Utah?
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, where would it go? I mean, like, does it have another phone? Because I mean, they could track her, like the person's phone. I mean, who's helping this person? Because I'm pretty sure they could track their credit cards. They could track their bank, of course. Any movement, they'll know. Like, did it had a lot of money on hand? Like, I don't who's sponsoring,
Yeah.
because I believe that person should have been in jail too. I mean, because like it has a lot of, like, I don't know, it's a part of the case, and who knows if they implemented this together, if they did this together. I don't know. I didn't see the ring camera with the lady yet, so I don't know what that's about. And it's like every day we're getting like crumbs instead of the whole cracker. We're just getting crumbs, and why are they just spreading crumbs like that and not just being transparent and show the bullets?
Yeah, let me see.
I want to see the bullets. Like, why the FBI is not showing the bullets so quick? They did with the Dallas guy. The Dallas, oh, they're like, look at the bullets, anti-ice, and look, it's like all here together, and it's beautiful for you guys to see, and it was justified, and I don't know. They were quick to show the other tranny, the one with the church up in
Oh yeah,
Atlanta.
super quick.
Super quick. That thing went out so fast that killed Trump and all that. I think they really wanted that message to go out so others could see it. So that was like a dog signal. Like that was like the dog whistle. So they sent out the dog whistle by like releasing that picture, and it's just kill Trump. Wouldn't you censor that and be like, not like show that one, but how come they're not showing the Charlie's bullets?
Yeah. What is it with the woman, right?
Some video with a woman. I think Stephanie was mentioning it too earlier.
On the dash cam, right? Or the door cam, the door ring.
Yeah, I think it was the ring cam. And those cameras should be more like 4K by now. I mean, they should be like high definition. If they're running on Wi-Fi, I'm pretty sure they can high definition that bitch so they can see much better and clearer picture. It's just the grainy look. It just doesn't help.
I don't see anything.
Nothing yet, right? Yeah, it'd probably be tomorrow. I think it's probably like one of Candace's release. Yeah, I listen to Candace. I'm not a fan of hers. I don't really like Candace like that. I don't like her. She's just there's something too about her that's just a little fishy too for me. But I listen to her, but I don't like constantly like watch her because she does comes up with some evidence and so forth. But then sometimes some things she needs to back off because she's just like she's putting herself in a really bad predicament for something bad to happen. And I don't want nothing bad to happen to Candace. It's just these people are very unstable, and
Yeah.
they look what they're doing all around. It's like this is unprecedented. Like we never in human history has gone through like this type of period of time we're going through.
That's the biggest thing, man, is the safety,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you look at these trannies and they're everywhere. Like especially up here in the Northeast up here. Oh man, like there's one that actually stopped dressing like a girl and went back staying as a boy because I guess it just got a little bit too dangerous. So it kind of like went back to being a boy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that person's never happy, yo. Every time I see him, always quiet, always to himself. Like I'm like, this motherfucker's you better not. I'll tell you right now, I put his ass down quick. I ain't playing with him.
Well, what was that actor's name that was in Juno? Elliot Page.
Elliot Page, yeah. Yeah.
Like beautiful girl, man.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And now when I see her on interviews and stuff like that, she really hasn't had any roles. And
Nothing.
she never really looks super happy.
Nope.
I don't know.
Always had like I don't know, like that frown upside down, like doesn't look. Even she cut her breast. She did all that massacre to herself and got a haircut looking like a trying to look like a boy. I'm like, no, you still like the girl version,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, that's sad. You know, that's a really bad mental disease.
Yeah.
And,
Dude.
and
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was saying if she had the right treatment and the right help, I mean, that they could have helped her. But I feel like Hollywood pushed her to this.
Same thing with man, Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart, man. I don't know what's going on with Kristen Stewart. She same situation with Kristen Stewart.
Hmm.
The chick from
Twilight.
Twilight, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good series too. I mean, the books are really good. I have the books. I got all of them.
Yeah, the movies are pretty solid. I watched them. I watched them.
I love the books. The books. I have them here. It's just like I have them in my closet.
Is it true they're redoing Harry Potter?
I heard that they're gonna try to put the bad person. What's his name? I forgot his name. They're gonna try to make him a chick.
What?
Yeah, they're trying to turn this like the character into a chick.
Dude, just keep the characters the characters.
I
know?
don't know, man.
Like
It's woke
the characters
culture.
the characters. Keep the integrity of the characters, you know?
It's like they haven't learned their lesson yet. They haven't lost enough money yet, you know. And the fact that it's universals, it's like they should know better. They should be like, we just had a fucking death at our park. You know, it's like a lot of it could turn the other way. Like you could be riches to rags. You know, you could make a lot of money and then your money could come way down because of your greed.
Yeah.
The fact that they're putting this, I forgot the bad person's name. What's the bad person's name? I forgot this. Got the name.
Something with an S.
Oh no.
Something with an S. Voldemort, not even with an S. Not even with an S.
Oh, not even close.
I was thinking of Slytherin, but he's like a snake.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to make that person into the chick.
Good for them.
It'll be Voldemort, but a chick.
Good for them.
Very progressive. Very.
Yeah.
I you know, are they gonna? This is my thinking, right? My think is, are they gonna classify that organization as a terrorist group, a domestic terrorist group? And I'm talking about the LBGTQ, especially the T's and the Q's. More the T's than anything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. That would cultivate a lot of uproar and a lot of you know things that you know aren't necessarily wanted.
It takes a little bit more, right? A little bit
Yeah.
more killing, I think, because I think it's gonna they're still gonna keep doing what they're doing. It's a terror. For me, I think it's a terrorist group. I feel like it's a very hybrid group. And
you know, most of those, just like what you had mentioned, man, it's a mental illness, man. You know, it's just like you know, body dysmorphia, like somebody who's in shape and skinny and thinks that they're fat. Or
yeah, like Ariana Grande, like Miss Grande.
Ariana Grande?
Yeah, that girl's like a toothpick right now.
Dude, I don't know what happened to her, man. She was pretty. You know,
She was
very pretty. Like she was a very beautiful girl. And then I saw some photos of her like on X or something like that. Those are like she got something going on with her face now. She got the face fat removed. I'm like, what is going on with her, man? Same thing
Uh,
with here.
You could show it. I'm gonna go see Wicked too because I did like the first one. It wasn't a bad movie. I mean, it was a musical, and the music, it's like a play, but like politics aside, all their bullshit aside, and I'm just watching them work. They're great workers, but they implement their politics and their feelings, and fuck your politics and fuck your feelings. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? All right, I'll show you right now.
like she's too skinny, man. Like
She's not a
too.
grande anymore. She's a
No,
giant. She's look at the
she's a
bones. Look at her
she's a
shoulders.
she's a what's smaller than a grande? Poquito.
Chiquita.
Yeah,
She's
but dude, uh, and then the other one that I saw. What was that woman's name? That played Wednesday.
oh
Ortega, Jennifer Ortega.
Ortega. Yes.
Like she shaved her eyebrows.
She's such a good actress too. And Hollywood just takes them, they just they're
Look
caretakers.
at this, bro.
Show it.
What is this?
Oh Lord.
Look at
What
this.
let's make this big.
What happened to her?
Where's her eyebrows?
She shaved them off, and then she got the fat. She got the fat sucked out of her cheeks.
Well, she's trying to play horror movie or something? I mean, she has a big cross.
I don't know, but this is not good.
Maybe it's for a movie. It has to be for a movie. I mean, a lot of these actors they do this crazy shit for movies.
Right here. Look,
What the fuck is that? Is that Lady Gaga?
bro.
She looks like Lady Gaga.
Like, and she's a beautiful, like
And Lady Gaga's another one that's
there is
crazy.
nothing wrong with a woman with some. You don't got to have all the fat removed out of your face, like, and Ariana Grande is probably 109 pounds wet, like in a
Wow.
jumpsuit wet with boots on. She's probably
She's
109
tiny.
pounds.
She's
And
tiny.
yeah, like that that's not sexy to me. Like I like,
How-
this Jennifer Ortega here on the left. This is the,
Mhm.
this is the kind of style I like, not this. I don't know what this is. She looks like she could play Voldemort right there.
Yeah, yeah. Or Lady Gaga, like in a story, like in a movie, like a biopic.
Yeah. It is sad.
That's wild.
It's sad, man. I don't know. I don't know what Hollywood does to these people. Well, I don't know the all inner workings of what it does, but this is not.
But Lady Gaga too. If you see her, she's like, you see her before and then you see her now. It's like, ooh, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And then she did this demonic ritual in Brazil. You know that, right?
I saw that.
Yeah, she did a really big ritual, and it had like so many people. And it was an open ritual. It was
Oh yeah, kind of the same vibe.
I don't know. Something about her is just it's money, it's the she sold her soul to the devil, so she's gonna follow that route. It's giving her fame and fortune, but at the end of the day, how happy is she?
She looks like Marilyn Manson right here.
Yeah, she actually does. She reminds me of this like a cult leader, like a killer, like a mask killer.
I'm not a fan of hers, man. Like I just don't.
Nah, I don't care for her.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just not my tea.
But you see these folks that sell their soul, to be famous and things like that. Do these music and movies and all this stuff, and then then you see situations like this where they want to maintain their youth forever,
Yeah.
Dude.
Look what happened. Like, there's so many people I can name: Zac Efron, Dwayne Johnson. Like Dwayne Johnson's going through a skinny phase. That dude's losing all his muscle.
Yeah, but I heard that he's playing a role. He's playing
Yeah.
like a super skinny, like
hmm
kind of person or something like that.
hmm
So
Just it's Hollywood,
yeah,
the money. I love the tail behind you, so it's time to go.
yeah,
I already know.
yeah,
She's like, "Daddy, it's time."
yeah, yeah. Well, cool, man. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Good convo today, man. Good convo. I
Yeah,
like doing these, man.
yeah, it's fun,
You gonna
man.
be on for a little bit longer?
Yeah, I'll be on for a bit.
Okay.
All right, man.
Cool,
No,
man.
thanks for
Thank you,
coming
bro.
by.
Yeah, thanks, man. I
Appreciate you.
appreciate you. All right, man. You have a nice night. All right.
You too.
Later.
Thank you. Oh boy, welcome back to me, my minority matter. Thank you, Tyson, for coming through. Appreciate you so much. I look forward to Thursdays. Every Thursday, 7:30, 4:30 Pacific, and yeah, Lady Gaga, man. She's just, to me, she's just a really weird individual. I've seen a lot of her videos. I've seen her music videos, and I'm like, because I pick up on her like on the symbolisms and like the rituals she does on videos, and masses of people. Like, she has pretty much brainwashed and has like a cult following. And the fact that she did do a ritual, like a whole demonic like ritual in Brazil, out of all places, just speaks a lot, and she's very democratic. She loves her Kamala. She loves Biden. She loves Obama. She loves Hillary. I wonder, after all this, I wonder how Hillary's sleeping at night. You got Comey and indicted. Indicted. It reminds me of what was that movie? The one with Jim Carrey. When it's Fun with Dick and Jane. Yes. He's like, indicted. Indicted? What do you mean? Like, he's like that scene is playing in my head. That's what James Comey is doing tonight. This Jesus, like Letitia James, she is not eating well tonight. Because she knows her ass is next. And not only her, but Hillary Clinton. Oh shit. Like, this all these people need to be held accountable. They listen, the true MAGA way. Make accountability great again. I stand by those words. We even have a shirt. Tyson sells it at his store. Go to Tyson DeLacruz store.com to buy your shirt. Make accountability great again. It's a great shirt. I really like it. I have one myself. But I just feel like more. We need more. And if you're gonna start there, we gotta start taking them all down. All these crooks and criminals and past presidents that are crooked as fuck. We got our Obamas, and I'm pretty sure Clinton is still alive, right? And Bush Jr. for sure. That crooked motherfucker. Like, I'm looking forward to the new 9/11 reports. I tell you right now, a lot of those buildings just don't fall by themselves. I'm looking forward to that in the future. And be prepared for a lot of distractions. I just feel like a lot of people are going to be distracted, and every day is a new day, and every day is a distraction. We got to keep a lot of these from the past, present, and our future. Especially Charlie. Like, Charlie should never be forgotten. He should be memorized like every day.
Um, and I just feel like his case is just that man was set up. That man was set up, and he's very gullible, very gullible. And he was a good person. He did push the button though. And a lot of people, they don't know how to control their feelings because they get offended easily, and then they want to kill you because you can't back up your statements and you can't back up science, and you get offended and you can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. And you head down, it's like, what the fuck? But I think that the T's and the LGBTQ group, the T's are gonna probably be put in the true T section, and that's the terrorists, especially domestic terrorists. And it has to, and I just feel like there's gonna be more incidents with these people, and a lot of them are unstable. We don't know what drugs they've been taking, because you got to understand that a lot of these like trannies and stuff, they're taking medications to transition, and a lot of them are heavily medicated, and we don't know what it does to them. Like, biology tells you you're a man, and you're trying to like change the subject, and it doesn't mix well, and it could be a chemical imbalance, and a lot of them could be easily manipulated in their minds, like what happened with Tyler and his tranny boyfriend. I don't know how you, but that tranny's on the run. Where are you going? I mean, I understand you're afraid, you're fearful for your life, and that's understandable, but you know what you could have done differently for this to have not happened. And I just feel like everybody is part of a team. It's like a little organization that they had this operation, and these two were just fucking idiots. You know what I mean? They're fucking idiots, and they got suckered in. And I truly want to, like, I don't care. Like, they have a lot of data, but a lot of it is like sick data, sick information, sick nastiness. Like with the furries, but it was like pornographic furry type of stuff that he would like. It's so nasty. But there was like back channels that they were in, and they were in a lot of groups and a lot of stuff, and they spoke a lot. But I'm like, damn, how could they have the time to do all this, right? Because they were like gamers, supposedly, right? They were gamers, and they were really big on gaming. Like, how do you have time to play all these games and write all this stuff and have to pay bills and so forth? Like, the dude was a plumber. I mean, how good of a plumber it was to be able to afford the light. I mean, they didn't have to. I don't think they didn't have to worry about rent, because I believe the place belonged to her, like the grandfather or something, and it was like valued at like 110,000 or something. No, it was 310,000. But the fact that they had too much time in their hands, and then how did they have time to like enter? I don't, I try to astral project, and that's what I do a lot. And I don't know what the place really looks like. I just try to jump around and look around, and then but everything tells me that there's more to this operation that happened, and I don't know why this word keeps coming out, Assad. Like, it's definitely a hit. And it definitely was set up. And I feel bad because, like, you gotta understand a lot of the videos that they're putting out too, you gotta be careful in what you watch because deep fake is real, right? There's a lot of people that can alter videos and make it seem like it was like this, but it wasn't. You know, I mean, I have Seven. Seven was here, and I've like Seven did a video for me, and you could tell it's a deep fake video, and this is how it looks. Give me 1 second. I'll show you real quick and how it looks. And he did it for me, and I was like, man, it looks so cool. But I was like, I don't recall ever putting my hands up, and he was able to get my hands. And let me put it here. I'm gonna put it here so you guys can see real quick. But he did this work, and it's so cool. But then I was like, wait a minute, I never put my hands up, and I never grabbed for this, and then did this or anything like that. So that was all deep fake that was done. But I'm like, can that be done to current times, like what's going on, like with Charlie? And deep fake videos could show like maybe an entry, blood coming out. You know, everything can be manipulated. That's what I think. But look at this. Let me show you. Like this one right here. You see? And that's a deep fake. It's cool as hell. I love it. But it shows me how technology has gotten so far and how like these things can be made and can be like taken as real. You know, it's like I feel like this sometimes. That's how I feel. Like it shocks me. It's like deep fakes, cheap fakes, whatever that's how the Biden administration used to call it, cheap fakes. What a name, right? Who came up with that name? Was that Biden? Like cheap. I want to call it cheap fakes. Like it sounds stupid though. Let's run with it. And then Seven did this one too. Look how cool it looks. And look how I look. I look like I'm startled. Look, I look like I'm scared, like I'm frozen. You see that? It looks really cool. I love it. I mean, I really do. But it's scary because you could make me do that and hold a sign and bring my arm over and push. That's 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 wild, right? That is very wild. Let me come back over here. Let me make myself nice and big here. Actually, I kind of like this one. Um, but what do you think? Oh, Seven, you're here. That was a cheap tool. Also, more expensive tools can do much better. Wow. But look at, okay, Seven though, with the cheap that you've done, it's more than like, it's mind blowing. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. But it makes you wonder, can other videos like what happened with Charlie, of course, can be manipulated and push all different types of narratives, like the guy shooting from on top of behind Charlie, or maybe their microphone, they saying maybe it was an explosive that went off and it did. I don't believe that Mike was like I don't know. It's just so many videos that are coming out. I don't know what's real at this point. You know, which videos are truly real and what are deepfakes. Because they could pass a deepfake as a real, and you'll come to a conclusion by looking at the video and be like, oh shit, damn, that's real. Like Seven, yeah, if you have the chance, could you do something with my background? Like, can you make it like, you see how the planet Earth here, and you have the rocks here, and these are like asteroids that are coming towards Earth. I mean, could, like, I know you're fast and you're very talented. Could you make this into a scene back here, like really cool graphic scene? And we'll time you. Like, I'm gonna time it right now. Just to see how fast you're capable. Like, I want to like see how fast. Now, if you tell me no, that's different. But I'm gonna start your time right now, and let's see how long it takes Seven to make this background like real. Like, and then he can make me do something here with the sign. You see, like he can get that video with my hand there, and then of course he sees my watch, and like you can see the background, Seven. You can see the rocks. So that's basically what the scene is, and I'm putting him to the test. He does amazing. He can do it. Like, that's why Seven is he I want to see, because if he could do it in minutes, I'm pretty sure people that are out there and devious people could come up with videos, deep fake videos, to make like Charlie's, like, to make it more impactful, make it more dramatic, like make more blood come out, or make like change up certain things. A lot of things could be manipulated. Anything connected to the internet could be manipulated. And deep fakes, cheap fakes, whatever party you go by, I call it. Listen, it's we're in a very dangerous time right now, and even videos could be manipulated. And how do you know what's real, what's true these days? Because anybody can make up videos, and we're all fucked. You know what I mean? So it's like, it makes you wonder. But I still have 7 on the clock. I know he's not writing to me because he's working on it. I want to see what he comes up with, because I want to play it, and you guys will see how fast. But how you doing, Chloe? And I'm sorry for everyone. Like, hey, Terry, and everyone that came through. Thank you so much. Tyson, awesome person. He came through, and I'm listen. I'm playing 100% attendance every Thursday until I die. All right. And if I die before Tyson, Tyson's going to have to take over the show, take over Thursdays, and do live on his channel at 7:30 Eastern time, 4:30 Pacific. Hey, at least it's 4:30 his time. He can make the time to do a 2-hour show and be interactive with his people. And if I could do it, he could do it. And he just have to just go with the flow, and just have your shit, what you want to presentate, and go boom, 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 and then talk about it and break it down. Yeah. He has to take over. If anything happens to me, he has to promise that every 4:30 on Thursday, he has to do a show for 2 hours live, in remembrance of me. How about that? That would be nice. Because I like the interactive, I like the live, like, instant thoughts, instant conversations, have, people interact. That's what I like. I like for people to interact. But I got some stuff we could watch real quick. I hope Seven's working on it. It's been 4 minutes. He's on the clock. No rush, but it's just to prove that it's pretty quick. I got some news to watch. Give me 1 second. Comey, you see, me and Tyson didn't even talk about Comey. We didn't talk about him because it's just, listen, the guy, we already know he's a creep. He's guilty. He's just not good people. Not good people at all. He's the one that wrote 8647 on the beach with different color shells. It's so obvious. It's like he was targeting like Trump and trying to send a signal, to 86 Trump, and that's fucked up. It's really fucked up because Trump, doesn't deserve to be in that type of predicament. He don't deserve to. He's done a lot for this country, and he continues to do. And that man is one of the hardest men I've ever known in my life. For his age and the strength and the power and to make to make deals and talk to people and relate. The guy is just a beast. He is a beast, and I love his energy. I really do. I hope by next year I get to go to the White House. I would like to go, at least to be in the presence of where Trump, is at. Would be such a great goal for me. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Okay, so I got some stuff here real quick that we could watch. Oh no, he's done. Hold on, stop. 6 minutes and 21 seconds. Holy shit. All right. Let me know when you send it to the Discord. This is going to be crazy. 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes and 21 seconds. 21 is my birthday, by the way. That's my birth number. Well, I'm a master number 22. I was born January 21st. But damn, I gotta open Discord. Give me 1 second to open that. I gotta close down this here and then open Discord. I'm gonna be so amazed because I already know I'm gonna be amazed. Seven is a awesome friend. Very cool peoples. But that was fast. 6 minutes. Holy smokes. But we're gonna watch a couple of new segments. We're gonna watch some breaking news. It has to do with Trump. So I'm just opening up Discord. Takes a moment. All right. Yeah, it's already there. Holy smokes. Okay. Holy smokes, that's fast, Seven. You gotta show me that app, Seven. I need a piece of that app. That's funny. It's like I need a piece of that app. Yeah, I know. I downloaded it, so now I'm gonna put it over here. That's so fast. It's that's wild, man. I've been using the videos for the ending of the show. I've been using them, and I really like it a lot. I need to put them together though. I need to do a video, but it has all the cartoons and stuff. But I want it to all play out. But if I get that app that you use, I could do it. I could play. I could. I have a lot of time on my hands. I would love to learn. That would be so cool. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, I gotta. Here it is. This is crazy. That is so fast. I'm It fails to amaze me, but that's very amazing. All right, let's take a look at this. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Look at me, I'm frozen there. But wow, look at that. And that's from an app that he puts the videos here. And since I use a green screen, he can manipulate that, and he can manipulate me too. He can have me do all different types of things. He had me turn into a dragon accidentally, because the dragon was supposed to turn into a bigger dragon, but then like I ended up being like, this dragon was supposed to turn into a dragon, but then I took a puff of my medicine, and then he made me into the dragon. It transformed me into a dragon. Like, that's freaking cool. Like, I have it here. Where's the dragon? Give me 1 second. I gotta get it here. Give me 1 sec. Where's my dragon? It's right here. I think this is it. I believe this is it. Give me 1 sec. It's uploading right now. All right, look at this. Like, come on, then look at the waves in the back. And that's a still picture. And that's so beautiful, because I love the ocean. I love water. And then you see the waves breaking in the back. Oh, come on, man. That's talent. That's cool. And the fact that you can do that on 6 minutes and 21 seconds. I'm shaking my head because it's so amazing. It just amazes me. Technology, man. How far we're going with this, All right, let's go ahead and check out Trump. Give me 1 second. I gotta put it up. Let's put it up. There we go.
Can I be honest? I think it's the greatest thing to ever happen to the Republican Party. I really do. I think.
Thank you, Seven. That was freaking awesome.
City, I think that's a gift to the Republican Party. It's sad for New York, but it's a gift, and New York will recover, because sometimes you need a shock like that to straighten you out. But it's politically, it's probably a very good thing.
Mr. President, can I ask you about crime and the World Cup, actually? So
that's a lot.
You
have a number of cities that are pushing back against your immigration deportation move, as well as your crime initiatives. Some of those cities,
I don't think they're very much.
But some of those cities have World Cup games.
Yeah.
Seattle, San Francisco.
They're going to be very secure.
But could those games move if they don't cooperate with your crime push?
Well, that's an interesting, I guess, but we're going to make sure they're safe. They're run by radical left lunatics and that don't know what they're doing. Look at Washington, D.C. I just got numbers. There's like no crime in Washington, D.C. You, Jeff, will not be mugged walking down the street. You can walk down the street with your family. You can walk down your street with your wife, your daughter, your son, and you're not going to be. We took out 1,700 career criminals that we're not allowing back. And we have this city in great shape. There was a time when not long ago, when every single week you'd have at least one murder. And look what's happening with Washington. It's safe. I went to dinner in Washington just to prove a point. I gave a press conference in the middle of a street. I wouldn't say Secret Service was thrilled, but I did it. And here I am. Look, Washington, D.C. is such a great example of what can be done. We did it in 12 days. We made it very safe in 12 days, and now it's much safer than that. One other thing, I drove around Washington over the weekend, and I said, look at the difference. The grass looked great. Everything looked great. We had a lot of our National Guard, and we didn't ask them to do it. They did it themselves. They're proud. They're great. And they were picking up paper. They were cleaning. The place looked really beautiful. So we have a great Washington, D.C. We, as you probably know, we're going into Memphis, and we're going into some other cities, and very soon we're going to go into Chicago. It will be safe for the World Cup. If I think it isn't safe, we'll move it into a different city. Absolutely, we'll take the world. If I think it's not, it's actually a very fair question. If I think it's not safe, we're going to move it out of that city. If, like the governor of Illinois, who is, look, last week, between last week and the week before, 11 murders, and 38 people were shot. Then he gets up and says, this is a very safe. And then he says crime is better. The reason crime is better is because Cash put, about 5 months ago, a whole team of FBI people there to get ready for when we go in, and they've lowered it a little bit, like 20, 25%, which isn't good enough, but it's a good start. But that was only put there because they're preparing for us to go in. And they've done, by the way, they've done a good job. So then Pritzker gets up, we've lowered crime 25. It's because the FBI was there. So no, if any city we think is going to be even a little bit dangerous for the World Cup or for the Olympics, where they have Olympic overthrow, right? But for the World Cup in particular, because they're playing in so many cities, we won't allow it to go. We'll move it around a little bit. But I hope that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Mr. President, Director Patel this morning indicated that the shooter in Dallas had been using an app to track ICE. Does your administration have any plans to take down those apps or get them removed? Or
well, I can't tell you about that, but it tells you when they want to wear masks or they want to hide a little bit, why that's so important. But these are great patriots, the ICE, and what a tough job they have. What an unbelievably tough job they have. And think of it, what are they doing? They're taking hardcore criminals out of our country and putting them back. These were largely criminals that were given to us by Joe Biden and his group of radical maniacs that surrounded this desk, just like these people surround the desk now, but they're not maniacs, they're very solid people.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad I prefaced. But they're great. We have a great cabinet. We have great people. And he didn't have great people. He had terrible people. Look at Afghanistan. Look at the people he had running our military. That could happen. The most embarrassing day in the history of our country was Afghanistan. And 13 young people died. They don't ever talk about the 38 that were horribly wounded with legs and arms and everything else, really horribly wounded. So the country's respected like it's probably almost never been respected before. I think we're respected at a level. And a year ago, it was a dead country. We had a dead country a year ago. This country was dying. It was really in bad shape. Let's talk about the next subject, can we?
One of the most powerful deterrents we have to violent crime is the death penalty. As you said, your administration has taken bold, decisive steps to ensure that Washington, D.C. is once again a safe and secure city for its residents and all who visit. This is a presidential memorandum that directs your Attorney General and your U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Judge Jeanine Pirro, to fully implement the death penalty here in Washington, D.C., where the evidence and facts of a case indicate that the death penalty should be used.
Okay. Everybody understand? Death penalty in Washington. You kill somebody, or if you kill a police officer, law enforcement officer, death penalty. And hopefully there won't be that. So again, it's way down. I mean, we have had week after week after week where we haven't had a murder. I said that the other day in front of the president of Poland. The press was here, and I said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce that Washington, D.C. has not had a death in 4 weeks, a murder. And he looked at me, he goes, is that good or bad? He said, what kind of a place is this? But it's true for years. I mean, every week, essentially, somebody got killed or more than one. And this is a very safe city right now. We don't play games. And, it's interesting. We took these careers out, career criminals. They call them careers. They left the word criminal out. But we took the careers out of here. And they're now brought back to their homes, or they're in jail, or they're in a jail in another country. And hopefully they're not coming back. And we have to maintain it. You can't just leave, and we have to maintain it. We've gotten along fairly well with the mayor. She's getting a party that hates that the city's becoming safe. I mean, they're actually criticizing her because the city's becoming safe. But this is right now a very, very safe city. this is considered. This went from the most unsafe city in the country to the safest city in the country. There's no city any safer. That's a pretty big achievement. And we really did it in 12 days. But if you add an extra week to it, that'd be nice. And I mean, you can go out to dinner. Restaurants are booming. You know, the restaurants were dead. They were dead. Even if you got to the restaurant, then somebody would come in and hold you up. You know, they'd hold up the whole restaurant. They go to Uber. Young ladies in the White House, they'd call Uber for protection. They'd run to the car because they were petrified to be from the entrance of their building to the car. Now they feel safe. They're in the car, and then the car gets hijacked while they're in the back of the car. This was what we were living in. We were living in hell. People that work in the White House, every time they see me, young women in particular, say, thank you, sir. And I don't even ask them about what. I know exactly. I made their lives. Now they're living in a beautiful, glamorous place called Washington, D.C. with no crime. And that's the way it should be. Okay? This is the death penalty for somebody that kills people in Washington, D.C. I think it's capital. It's a very interesting capital punishment, capital city. Right? It's capital. But this is our capital city. We can't allow that to happen. People come in from Iowa to look at the Lincoln Memorial and they end up getting killed. It doesn't happen anymore. It's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's the death penalty for the person that did it. And this goes into effect.
Yes, sir.
Right? Pam, is that right?
Yes,
Could you
sir.
speak a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. Not only are we seeking it in Washington, D.C., but all over the country again. And as you saw very recently, we are now moving the inmates who were on death row, who Joe Biden or the auto pen commuted their sentences off of death row. We're moving them to supermax facilities where they will be treated like they're on death row for the rest of their lives, President Trump.
Wow.
Okay, that's a big statement. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was pretty wild ending to that. They're like, we're gonna put them in their place. They're gonna rot in hellhole. I'll make sure of it. Like, hey, damn, girl, Pat, girl, when's the last time you gone out? I heard Washington D.C. is nice and safe. Have you gone out to eat dinner? Have you gotten a massage, girl? Because you are too tense. It's like, back off a little bit, girl. You're coming off too aggressive. Yeah, I gotta learn to use the app, that Gronk app. I gotta use it. Like I already signed in. I don't know how to maneuver through it, but I'll learn. I'll do some research on how to use this, so I could create my own little backgrounds and craziness. I think that'd be pretty cool, pretty fun. I mean, I could do a lot. Like, oof, that'd be so fun to do. I mean, for the backgrounds, yeah, I think we could do something. And thank you, Simon, for putting me on that. You're the master. You know, I'm just the pupil. I'm still learning. You know, Simon is he's a master, so he has like Master Jedi Force energy within him. I ran out of medicine. Don't tell me I'm done. No way. The show ain't over yet. What time is it? 10 o'clock? No. I did a short show today, this morning, the Wake and Bake. It was pretty good. You guys got to watch it. We got to pull up the view counts on that. I need to learn how to use that app. Other than that, let's go to the next story here. Of course, we're watching the tropics. We got exclusive like tropics analysts here, Brian Norcross, and there's a possibility that the United States, we're talking about South Carolina, North Carolina, up even to Virginia, 7. Pay attention. This is the segment of the show 7 that you need to pay attention the most, because I feel like a big storm is going your way, and I want you to be prepared before the storm comes. Okay, as soon as tomorrow, if you can, buy water, buy supplies, stock up, and be ready. Because there is a system that's going to go up that way. Now, they don't know exactly which direction it's going to go, if it's going to go to South Carolina, or if it's going to go to North Carolina, or if it's going to go screeching up the East Coast. We don't know. So let's go ahead and watch. Let's pay attention together, because I'm involved in this too, because this bitch could come up here to Connecticut. All right? So, yeah, scary times. Let's go ahead and watch the tropics.
Umberto here, a tropical storm on its way to becoming a hurricane. And what we're most interested in, Invest 94L. Probably won't be long until we're calling that Imelda. We've got Fox Weather hurricane specialist Brian Norcross live in studio with us today. Brian, it's great to have you, especially in a situation like this, which is probably the most head-scratching one I can recall. Well, maybe of the last decade.
Because it keeps changing and changing and changing, and it is very different today than it was yesterday in terms of the consensus. We still have the systems out there. We have a hurricane up here heading to the Azores tonight our time, in the morning their time, and we have tropical storm Umberto. Yesterday, we thought Umberto and the Invest, the disturbance, was going to interact.
This is crazy.
Those two were going to
First time in
interact
history
somehow.
I've ever seen this.
Now we don't really think that's as likely that there'll be a significant interaction, that they'll more operate independently, but they're still going to be important in the overall picture. So let's concentrate
We could get hit
on
by
this
two
Invest
hurricanes.
94L that we think will become Tropical Storm Imelda in the next few days as it moves slowly off to the west and the northwest. Everything is moving slowly here. High pressure is not very strong. And if you look at it, you can see a gap in here. There's the tropical storm, and there's the gap right there. So there's very little steering under the high at that point. And here is our Invest, and it's getting near the corner where you get very little steering in the high. So everything is moving very slowly. Here's the time up here. Obviously this afternoon, and there is the big dip in the jet stream that's causing all this nasty weather from the Gulf Coast all the way up to New England. All right, let's go day by day here and watch what happens. Here we are tomorrow, midday-ish tomorrow. You notice not much movement from Tropical Storm Umberto because there's really no steering there, and not much movement here. Same reason. We're right near the edge of this not terribly strong high pressure system. So the thinking is that it will still be close tomorrow to these islands with these big mountains. So not a lot of development immediately tomorrow. Late in the day, as it pulls away, that might be a different question because it is a very robust disturbance. Then it moves a little farther away on Saturday. So here we are just afternoon on Saturday. You notice we have the tropical storm here. Notice it's a little different than the model, but that's because the Hurricane Center uses kind of an average, a fancy kind of average of a bunch of models. So this is the European model we're looking at, so you can have a little bit of difference, but the idea is the same. And this system is coming around the bend here, lifting north, not being picked up by this scoop in the jet stream yet. So it's just slowly moving over the Bahamas. Thinking is that by this time, maybe we have a tropical depression in the southeastern or central Bahamas. Boy. All right, now we go to Sunday. Now the dip in the jet stream is exerting more influence. The high is beginning to move this way, and you can see that this is getting weaker here. So this thing is maybe moving a little bit moving in some direction, probably this way. Again, a little different than the model, but same general idea. And a category 3 is forecast by Sunday with Umberto. So, but they're far enough apart at this point that we're not getting kind of a mutual effect between the two of them. Then we get to Monday. Storms. Now things start to change. The high scoots off. Now we're getting a pretty significant flow up this way, taking Umberto in the Hurricane Center is thinking farther north, European holding it back some. It's all got to do with exactly how strong this high is, because that's the steering feature for Umberto. And then here, look at the flow here. It's really getting wrapped up with this low, and this low is tending to want to pull it in toward the coast. So this is what the European model is indicating.
Yeah, I
Other
don't even use
models are
Gemini.
indicating a lot of confidence.
I'm
of
not
the
so much
system
into
coming
AI,
up
but
here
I really like
until
these
about
videos.
there or so on Monday.
It's going to be
and then
double
we
trouble.
get almost a fork in the road. Some of them, like the European, bring it up into South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia,
double trouble.
somewhere there as a Category 1, 2 hurricane in many of the models. Others take it here, and then we go like this in the longer term. So we have to think of it literally as a fork in the road. It's right on a knife's edge. It's too fine to forecast.
And how strong is it
We have
going
a
to be?
large cluster going.
Because that's going
in
through
both
the
directions.
jet stream.
Interestingly, the AI models tend to want to do that.
That's going
So
to
let's hope that's what it does. But we're not
the
guaranteeing
Gulf
it because
Stream,
we have a
too. The
lot
Gulf
of
Stream
evidence
runs right up
of it
through
coming
there.
up here and then kind of
That's
stalling
pure hot water.
because the low
That
moves
storm's
out,
gonna
high pressure
develop
moves in,
super
it
quick.
gets kind of stuck. So we're not going to go past Monday there for that
Oh, it's
reason.
built
It's
into the
just too
619? Oh, that's
uncertain.
cool.
So here we go. 90% chance that this is going to develop. You can see it's quite robust.
That's cool,
There's the
Terry.
center because the flow is up here
Look at
like
this.
this.
Look at all
So
that
there's
rain
where
on
the
Dominican
turning
Republic. There's going to be
is
a lot of
to the
flooding
north
tonight.
there of the Dominican Republic.
That's not good
There's
for
the
Dominican
radar.
Republic.
You can see lots of thunderstorms there. Unfortunately, this is not going to be good for the Dominican Republic. Significant
I just
flooding
said that,
is
Brian.
possible with this
Thank you.
slow-moving system moving toward the
Yeah,
Bahamas.
not good.
All right, so there's the
for them.
development area, and because it's not clear
That's a
exactly
lot of rain.
when it's going to develop, they have a big development area here. Many of the models, though, have it developed.
You see what
by
I
the
see
time
here?
it's either
This is like
the
a block
northwestern
right here.
Bahamas or maybe
That's from the high
a
pressure.
beam of South Florida.
Because it's
and
just
how
weather.
look at the model, look at the moisture. The dark green is the
I always
heaviest
pay attention
moisture
to it.
around both these systems. And watch as we go through time here. There we are tomorrow. All right, you see it's moving away. Lots of moisture over Dominican Republic and Haiti. Significant flood
Not
threat,
good for Haiti
there.
and Dominican
All right,
Republic.
then into the Bahamas. Here comes the moisture trying to wrap around.
Bahamas, they need the rain. They like.
Starting to get a hint of a circulation.
I mean,
there on Saturday.
You don't want them to go
Maybe
through
it really
a strong
depends on
developing
when
storm.
it gets away from those mountains because it is robust kind of disturbance.
Damn,
now
Cat
we have
3,
a pretty good
right.
circulation, but notice it's kind of
That's the major.
elongated, so we're not
That'd be
sure
the
is it
third
there
major
or is
storm
it
of the
here
season.
and affecting the weather on the southeast coast. No threat of a big storm in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, but effect is possible. You can see dark
strong
green
waves,
there right near the
currents.
coast. Here's our Category 3 hurricane out here. All right, then we go to Monday. Now the European model, as I showed you before,
Wow.
lifts it north. And here is the impact
Carolina,
on
North
the
Carolina.
coast there of the Carolinas,
Could be
late Monday
possible
into
big flooding
Tuesday-ish
event
time
again.
frame. And then look at this. We have this intense area of moisture over the mountains, all the way from eastern Georgia, upstate
Big
South
flooding
Carolina,
event.
western North Carolina, and Virginia, West Virginia, even up into the
I think
northeast
it will be
in
a
advance
Category 5
of the
hurricane.
tropical system if it moves in this kind of way. If it comes up here and does something like that, it'll be a whole different thing, and let's just hope so. But this is a possibility of a significant flood threat once again, looking into next week in advance. And if this all happens, remember, this is a dip in the jet stream out here that's pulling it north, which is low pressure. Well, that's going to exit. If it gets this scenario, shows that exiting, and then high pressure builds in here, which wants to push the storm back this way. So some kind of loop or stalling or some kind of thing could occur. But that's all. But we need to get past the where's it going first. If it's scenario, it's not a good scenario for the southeast. There's our tropical threat graphic. You can see where the confidence is that it's going to develop. So there's high confidence with Umberto that in this area it's going to be have a circulation.
I've never seen two systems.
With this one, there's only high
going in
confidence
the same
that it's going
area.
to have a circulation
Almost the same
from
area.
the central Bahamas to offshore
Those waters
South
are gonna be
Florida. Then when you get
super
up here,
choppy.
it's just lower confidence that it's going to be there, or it's going to be there, or it's going to be farther up. So there's just more possibilities, but there's definitely kind of a fork in the road here that in the models here this afternoon, as far as where it will eventually go. But it does look like, Ian, these two systems are going to stay far enough apart to at least not get
Not interact with
squirrely
each other.
and have us try and forecast what a Fujiwara effect between two hurricanes might be. It's not 100% that's not going to happen, but that looks less like it today.
All right, thank you. So now it's me. It's my turn, Brian. And let me fill in with Brian. Okay, this is the system that we're concerned about that's right now over the Dominican Republic. I'll get a better, closer look into these two right here. This is the rain that's passing up here in the Northeast. So we're going to probably get a little bit of rain tonight, Terry. It's going to be a little wet night for you guys too up there. But let's go ahead and check out the Western Atlantic. And this is Imelda, future Imelda, that's going to be developing in the Bahamas. This system right here. Now, the center of the system is right around here, north of Haiti. So it's past the heavy mountain terrain. A lot of the storm is on land. And the mountains there's going to be torrential like flooding like tonight in Dominican Republic, and this could be very, very, very deadly flooding for both Haiti and Dominican Republic. This is like a worst case scenario, a system that's stalling and very slow moving, and you have torrential rains just pounding on top of Haiti and Dominican Republic. This is going to be tomorrow. Videos is going to be crazy. I won't be surprised if there's a lot of people that die from the flooding of this system that doesn't even have a name. That's going to be named by the time it gets to the Bahamas, and it'll be a Milda. Crazy. Let's go ahead and back this up here. Let's go ahead and go over to the central. You get a part of Imelda slash 94, actually, yeah, 94L. This is Humberto. And this system is looking good. It's flaring up. It's very healthy. It's growing. That's one thing that I noticed. Like it's growing. And it's gonna be a beast. It's projected to be a category 3. I say category 5. This is another major hurricane that hopefully we're lucky that we are not going to experience this one here in the East Coast. But 94L, aka Imelda, yeah, it's not gonna look good here. Let's check the Northern Atlantic here. Let it download here. Let's come here to the bottom, and you can see where the system is located. It's right in here. It's like it's so interacting so much with the land, but the center of the system is over water. So that center of the system is just gonna re-intensify. And you see all this here is it's gonna and it's just gonna just load up. And how fast is this system gonna become? Is it gonna be a major hurricane going to South Carolina, North Carolina? Listen, the possibility is very great. This is hurricane season. This is the heart of hurricane season. These waters are very fucking hot. Like super hot. And you got two systems heading into very hot waters. This is going to be very interesting. I've never seen two systems like this. Not in my lifetime, but maybe it has happened before, but I don't remember right now off the top of my head. But I've never seen two systems like this pretty close to each other, but not interacting with each other, and they're having their own development, and that's going to be very interesting down the line. Um, that's going to be crazy. That's if it happens. Category 3, possibly Category 4-ish. That would be very bullish. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because the Gulf Stream is right through here. You got the Gulf Stream. And it goes through the Gulf of Mexico. So it goes like this, comes out this way, and comes up through Florida, goes through the Carolinas, and comes out. Right? And that's just a body of, like, a river of hot water. Just water, heavy hot water. And we're in the middle of the tropics. We're in the top, in the peak, coming down from the peak, but we're in the peak area of these systems. I'm happy that it's not going to Florida. The one behind, man, it reminds me like of Hurricane Andrew. I hope it doesn't do like that, because that would be so fucked up. Because Hurricane Andrew was a fucked up storm. And I survived that one. I lived in Miami when that hurricane hit. And it came right through here, right through the Bahamas. And then right when it's about to come towards like Miami, it started going south. Like the high pressure was strong enough to push him southwards. And it went from, I'll show you guys. It went right through here like a buzzsaw. And then right when it got to about Bimini, this little dot right here is Bimini. It's a little thing. It started going southwards. And then that's when it went to Kendall. And that's when it destroyed that area down there, like Florida City, Kendall area. It's yeah, memories. My uncle lost his eye, but yeah, that was a crazy hurricane. Just be ready for those who live in the East Coast. I don't know if any of you guys who watch my show are aware of the danger that's coming. And this is all high pressure right here, because you can see the flow, how it's just pushing everything downwards. So this system down here has a way to come up this way, and it's going to go through the Bahamas, and it's going to come up through here, and let's see how fast it develops. I hope it doesn't like bomb out. And what I mean by bombing out is like it drops 24 millibars within a 24-hour period. You know, here in the Northeast, when we have the nor'easters and so forth, we call them bombogenesis, where the system bombs out 24 millibars in 24 hours, and the system rapidly intensifies. And I think we might get something like that this year in Connecticut. It's fair for us. I think it's going to be a heavy snow season this year. But the hurricanes, man, they could go from nothing to like Category 1, Category 3 hurricane, and then like less than 24 hours, it could be a Category 5 hurricane. I've seen many storms that went from nothing to Category 5 overnight. And that was in the Caribbean. Like those storms were, oh my God, that was so crazy. You know, many people dying, and it's wild times. All right, let me see what you guys writing. Oh shit, I had the app open. I'm still trying to learn how to use the app. Okay, hold on. I'd like to get into the philosophy of this. ChatGPT is pretty good at it. Yeah, I never used ChatGPT before. GPT can get pretty deep, and I'm surprised at how much a cult Palestinian has. Yeah, you wonder about who is putting that information together for you to absorb. You know what I mean? Who's the teacher? Who's the student? You know what I mean? It's been raining all day. I know, Terry. It woke me up last night, like around 3 in the morning. We had a thunderstorm, and it went boom. I'm like, I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? My cats went running off the bed. I'm like, oh man. And I looked and I got up from bed and I looked outside and it was pouring. And it was raining, and then you see the light, like it was like you see the light from the lightning. And I was like, oh, let me get back to sleep. I remember those in Florida. In Florida, they used to wake me up in the middle of the night. You'd be sleeping. Next thing you know, like 2:30, 3 in the morning, you get this one big bolt of lightning, and then the next thing you know, boom, like a fucking bomb. And it's like the thunder is so loud, like it's so deafening. It's scary, especially in South Florida. Scary shit. This is a friend of mine who just made a trailer for a new Muhammad Ali video. She is one of the best AI filmmakers. That's really cool. You know what? Let me save it. I'm gonna watch it when I finish here. Oh, she just did it 2 hours ago. Trisha. Okay, I'm gonna let me save it and put it under my watch later, because I will watch all my watch laters at night. Right before I go to bed, I put them on and I watch them. Because there's a lot of stories that I watch here. It's for the first time. I'm watching it together for the first time with you guys when I put these videos up, and some of them that I can't put on here. I watch from my bed. I'm not taking you guys with me to bed. I mean, in the future, that might have to happen. You never know, because if I have to have neck surgery, I'm going to be bedridden for a good amount of time, and it's going to be hard. It'll be very challenging, but I am not missing a fucking Thursday until the day I die. To have Tyson here, and he's going to have to be the first one to call absent. Because even if I'm in the hospital, I'll fucking stream from the fucking hospital bed. It'll be like, look, this is a different setting. Look, Seven, can you do something with the background? It's all medical shit. All the pumps. You have all the pumps going crazy and shit in the video. That would be so funny. Oh, no. Yeah, it's just a passion. I like coming on here. I like talking, and it beats being doing nothing. It's kind of like my job that I don't get paid and I have to come out of pocket. But it's a cool thing. I love doing this, and I like interacting with people and having good times with people. It's fair, and it's fun, and many different faces every year. It's always different. When I do the show, I come across more people, new people, cool people, and then I bring them on the show. It's not, I got a little bit of subscribers. Is okay. I mean, it's very peaceful for now. But if the channel explodes, you imagine a lot of people here and you can't even get your question in and everything's moving fast. That'd be wild. That's what Tyson, he's doing so good, and I see him progressing so much, man. And the fact that he shared a personal story with us today, that was very unexpected and unscripted, and talk about the microdosing and the ayahuasca. And I didn't even know he went to Peru for like a month and went into the jungles. And 7, that's fucking cool, 7. That's barking up 7's tree. Like 7's like, I want to go. Like 7, let's go. Come on, let's go to Peru. I'll meet up with you. We'll fly out because I want to go with people that I trust. I can't go with fucking anybody. You know what I mean? It can't just be with anybody. It's like I'll be like, Tyson, you're relapsing. What? Yeah, we're gonna have an ayahuasca session. Okay, so it's only a one-time thing, and we're gonna be fine. Oh man, yeah, it's something I always wanted to do though. It's been on my bucket list to do. Would I be able to get it done? That's a different question now. It's a possibility. It could happen. I hope it happens, and I hope it happens before I part ways with this body and go on to the ether and be a part of energy and share my thoughts in the future, and wherever I go in the future, it's I feel like when you die, you go to another journey, another ride, another place, another moment in time. Who knows? If a lot of people have been reincarnated. They get reincarnated. There's the souls come back. It's like your soul stays here on Earth, and you get implemented and put into another body and another. You go through the whole system all over again. Can you imagine? And then you come back like all different phases. It's like you were poor this one time. The next life you come back, you'll be even poorer. And I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be rich, motherfucker. It's like you gotta work for it. Like, are you kidding me? That's bullshit. I thought I was supposed to be rich. Hey, you never know. If I come back, you're fucking multi-millionaire. Like, you ruled the world type of thing. But you gotta remember what you gain in life, you don't take with you. It's like you build your comfort, and then once you're done, you're gone, and you move on. That's how it's always been. Her Bruce Lee video was awesome. I'm gonna check her out. Like I saved it, so I'm gonna check out her videos. I'll subscribe to her. I mean, I like talented people. I really do. I give them so much credit because they have the patience to put things together and perfect their talent, and it looks amazing. Like I want to learn. It makes me want to learn, and thank you for sharing the app with me. Now I gotta learn how to use the app. I need a tour. I need I need to be taught. I don't know how to function so much with like those type of apps and make type of videos like that. But once I learn, I'll pick up on it. I need a tutorial. That's what I need. I need a tutorial. I need this is how you use it. Okay. Thank you. Keep it moving. I'm gonna make the videos really nice and cool. That's what I want to do. I want to be very inventive and have really nice endings to the show, and I like to change up the scene, like the backgrounds all the time. I like to keep the show a little different every single time I come on here. The music, I rotate it. We'll be listening to some new stuff, and then we'll be listening to stuff that I already heard from. But I try to keep it with the same artist, and the artist I use is Netflix, and pretty cool people. And I share his music a lot on my channel. But I think pretty soon I'm gonna be wrapping it up. Oh, I got a message. Oh, Tyson put up a video. California $1 million heist, broad daylight. Oh, let's watch that. That's right. It was 10:15. Yesterday it didn't come out at 10:15. It came out like 12:15. I don't know why. And we didn't watch it yesterday. But give me 1 second and let me set this up. Because Tyson put out a video. Give me 1 second. Let me see if there's any breaking news before I okay. Let me go to Tyson here. I wish YouTube didn't switch around so much. It gets on my nerves. Wow, we got 2 videos. The 1,000 pounds of drugs that I reported from Atlanta. Remember that? Well, Tyson did a story on it. So we're going to watch that. And then the California $1 million heist, broad daylight. That's a interesting one I want to watch. We could finish off the show with those 2. Let me see if anything came out for Jason. Nah, we're good on Jason. Let me just check on the news. They're saying Tropical Storm Imelda expected to develop soon and could threaten land the U.S. in like U.S. East Coast. That's crazy, man. I feel like it's gonna be a strong storm too. That's why I'm like 27. Like, get some water, get some extra water. It's yeah, get some water, get some snacks, just to have stocked up, because you never know. These storms, they're very unpredictable. There's let me see something here. What is this? Why did it do that? Let me close this. Sorry about that. I was just picking up a couple of I'm just see if there's any stories that I don't really. The only thing that's breaking is the James Comey. I don't care about him. Reality. Jimmy Kimmel calls out bully Donald Trump over the president's lawsuit threat. Who cares? Jimmy is not relevant. Like, when has his show been relevant? Who watches it? That's the real question. Who has the time to be up at that time? And fuck that. I'm going to sleep at that time. I'm either wrapping up my show or I'm doing overtime and I'm going late. Today I'm not doing that. I'm getting off here by 11 and going right to bed and going to sleep. Yeah, that's just how it is. I'm tired. Had a long day today. The doctor was it was crazy. I gotta take my medicine. Always gotta take my medicine every night. Let's see MSNBC, right? Because we gotta check in on the other side, because that's a very far left channel. So we gotta see what they're saying about the Comey situation. I do a Pete Hegseth call for meeting with hundreds of top military leaders next week. No details why. We are going to watch that. I do have 2 stories on Tyson DeLacruz that was here tonight. Well, we're going to be watching 2 of the stories that he produced here. So give me a second while I'm putting them all in order and resizing the ones we're going to be watching tonight. You thought the show was over? Ain't over yet. It's not over yet. Gotta keep it. I still want to fill myself up with more information. I love information. Who doesn't like? It reminds me of Johnny Five. Remember Johnny Five? Input. I used to love that movie. I used to watch it on HBO. I remember when it used to come on. Short Circuit. I'm alive. Okay, let's go ahead and check out this response. Let me fix this here. Let me stop sharing for a moment. Let's go ahead and open this up. Going over to the James Comey. And let's watch together.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Donald Trump's Department of Justice announced this evening that former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted by a grand jury on 2 counts, making a false statement and obstruction. Now, the charges stem from Comey's testimony before Congress back on September 30th, 2020, and that specific date is very important because the statute of limitations on these charges is 5 years, which means the last possible date to charge Comey with this crime, lying during that testimony, would be September 30th, 2025. That is next Tuesday. In a statement, the brand new U.S. attorney prosecuting Comey, Lindsay Halligan, fresh on the job, having never, ever prosecuted a single case, wrote, quote, "The balance of power is a bedrock principle of our democracy. It relies upon accountability."
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to check her out.
Executive leadership.
Actually, I'm subscribed to her right now.
Misspelling the word principle.
Give me a second.
In a post on social media, Attorney General Pam Bondi said today, quote, "Today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice's commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people." FBI Director Kash Patel said, quote, "For far too long, previous corrupt leadership and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust." Of course, that is exactly what is happening here. Donald Trump's administration and the enablers around it are very clearly and forthrightly abusing federal law enforcement in a way that we have not ever seen, at least since Nixon and probably before then, to punish political opponents. People who say things they don't like, people who have taken political actions they don't like, or law enforcement actions they do not like. Trump can barely even bring himself to deny that he is personally directing these investigations and indictments.
It seems like an indictment on James Comey is imminent. Would this be the first step in accountability for pushing the hoax of Russia, along with Barack Obama involved as well?
Well, I can't tell you what's going to happen because I don't know. You have very professional people headed up by the Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and Lindsay Halligan, who's very smart, good lawyer, very good lawyer. They're going to make a determination. I'm not making that determination. I think I'd be allowed to get involved if I want, but I don't really choose to do so. I can only say that Comey's a bad person. He's a sick person. I think he's a sick guy, actually. He did terrible things at the FBI. And but I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay, I want to be crystal clear. All of the reporting we have, and we're going to have one of our own reporters who first broke this story, indicates that when Donald Trump says, "I don't know, I have no idea," that's a lie, that he's lying about that. That was him today in the Oval Office, because we know that he has been directing this behind the scenes, and in fact, often publicly. This case against Comey is being brought in the Eastern District of Virginia. The previous U.S. attorney there, a career prosecutor, a guy chosen by Trump named Eric Siebert, a guy who had a good working relationship with Emil Bovee, who was the number 3 at Department of Justice, who prosecuted immigrant gangs like the president wanted. Well, he was pushed out last week. And the reason he was pushed out, in part, is because Siebert opposed bringing charges against Comey. And because of that, he was then swiftly replaced with the new U.S. attorney, Lindsay Halligan, who we just mentioned. Now, Lindsay Halligan is a Florida insurance attorney with no prosecutorial experience. She was once Trump's personal lawyer. Halligan was sworn in on Monday, and I have to say, today is a big day for Lindsay Halligan, who has now secured her first ever indictment. She went 2 for 3. The grand jury rejected one of the charges, but she's never done that before, so it's a big professional milestone for Lindsay Halligan today to get these 2 indictments because she's never, ever, ever done that before. It's now Thursday. James Comey has now been indicted, just like she was obviously appointed to do. It's clear as day what's happening here, right? In his first term, Trump tried to get James Comey to turn the historically independent FBI into a tool to protect his friends and punish his enemies. Specifically, he wanted Comey to drop the investigation against Trump's former national security advisor, Mike Flynn, for lying to the FBI. And now, 8 years later, Trump's new Department of Justice is going after Comey, they say, for lying to Congress, but really it looks like because the president has it out for him. Carol Lennox, an MSNBC investigative reporter. She was the first to report that Comey may be indicted along with Ken Delaney, and she joins me.
He did lie.
You know, Carol, the temptation when this news breaks and we have an indictment in front of us is to sort of go through the facts and the details here. But to me, that's a small part of a story that is much larger in context here because of you and Ken's great reporting about how we got to this point. As the person that reported out, how significant is this moment?
I'll use the words, Chris, that prosecutors and federal investigators are saying to me tonight, which is simply chilling. Chilling because a seasoned prosecutor who was appointed by the Trump administration, chosen by Donald Trump and his allies, looked at the facts in this case and said there wasn't a sufficient reasonable basis to bring it and was resisting bringing it, was pressured to resign or be forced out, thrown out on the curb, and he chose to resign. Days later, a person with no prosecutorial experience is the U.S. attorney, and these charges are brought. What's 3 people to say with a one-sided version, and we will, in this case, there's questions about whether sustain a conviction.
One is, it appears that we're only able to secure 2 of 3 charges from a grand jury. Again, extremely rare, but has become more common under this Department of Justice. And even today, in this case, it appears 1 of the 3 charges was rejected.
Ben and I, when we were reporting and breaking the news, witnesses were asked about and that were being pursued, at least by Lindsay Halligan and maybe one or this. To provide information or here with a obstruction of a congressional proceeding.
I want to just, we just got a video that has been posted, I believe, to Instagram by James Comey, who has just been indicted.
My family and I have known to I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Well, that was James Comey posting to Instagram. He was quoting there a memo written by his daughter, Maureen Comey, who was a prosecutor in the New York, Southern District of New York, where she starting to prosecute Jeffrey Epstein and successfully prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell. She was fired, Carol, with no cause given. She's filed a lawsuit for that. But interesting there, the citation of his daughter and quoting her departing memo.
That's wild. All right. Let's see. I'm going to go straight to the Tyson because I'm getting tired. So we're going straight to the Tyson DeLacruz. Let's go ahead and click in here and set this up real quick. And let's get it started.
The DEA in Atlanta seized around 1,000 pounds of meth from 2 homes and arrested 5 cartel members.
America, we just uncovered a massive story that perfectly illustrates what we've been talking about regarding border security and how these criminal organizations operate once they're inside our country. Federal agents just took down a sophisticated cartel operation in Atlanta. We're talking over 1,000 pounds of methamphetamine worth $5 million on the streets. But here's what should terrify every American. This wasn't some random drug dealers. This was a direct operation of the Jalisco New Generation cartel using illegal immigrants as expendable operatives. And they were operating like a Fortune 500 company right in the heart of Georgia.
DEA says it has seized more than 1,000 pounds of methamphetamine in 2 separate drug busts in Atlanta last week. Authorities arrested 5 men that are members of a Mexico-based drug cartel.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLacruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This story shows exactly why immigration enforcement and drug enforcement are the same issue and why every American city is now a potential cartel battleground. Let me break down just how sophisticated this cartel operation was. This wasn't some street corner drug dealer. This was military level organization with multiple stash houses, coordinated logistics, and a distribution network that would make Amazon jealous.
It was headlights and police lights everywhere. The entire, from the stop sign up into near the house, it was filled on both sides with cars, police cars.
The DEA conducted 3 undercover operations that revealed the true scope of this network. Day 1, agents buy a kilogram of meth from a main suspect. Day 2, they watch these criminals load black trash bags into cars. Turns out to be 730 pounds of meth. Day 4, different suspects sell another kilogram at a gas station, leading agents to discover another 290 pounds plus guns and cash.
After 3 days worth of undercover work, investigators showed up to the 2 stash houses, seized all the meth, arrested 4 men and a woman, and took 4 children from the home.
Think about the logistics here. Multiple locations, coordinated timing, significant communication systems, and enough product to supply drug dealers across the entire Southeast. This is what happens when foreign criminal organizations establish permanent operations in American cities. Now, here's the part that should make every American furious. All 5 suspects are Mexican nationals. 4 of them were in the country, get this, illegally. 1 had already been deported twice, not once, twice, and came back to run drugs for a foreign cartel.
Thanks to them, 1/2 ton of methamphetamine has been taken off the street, and 5 alleged drug traffickers, 4 of them illegal aliens who have no right to be in our country, are in federal custody awaiting justice.
Let that sink in. We deported this guy twice. He came back to establish a multi-million-dollar drug operation in American cities. This is exactly what we mean when we talk about border security being a national security threat. But here's what's even more disturbing. The Jalisco New Generation cartel specifically recruits illegal immigrants because they know these people can't go to the police. They're already operating outside the system and they have nothing to lose.
Special agent in charge of the DEA Atlanta Division, Robert Murphy, says cartel members bring those kids here from Mexico as a sinister form of camouflage.
They send the family
on purpose.
They send the family on purpose. The cartels aren't stupid. This is psychological warfare. They use children as human shields and camouflage to make their operations look like normal American families. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel isn't just another drug gang. Federal prosecutors describe them as an ultra-violent, murderous Mexican-based cartel that pose a direct threat to American national security.
U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Theodore Hertzberg, says 300 pounds was seized from this home, while the other 700 pounds was seized from the Indigo apartment complex on Northeast Expressway. Hertzberg says these were stash houses for the Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
These aren't just drug dealers. They're sophisticated criminal enterprises that operate across multiple countries like multinational corporations. They use extreme violence to maintain control. They have supply chains that reach deep into American cities and treat American communities like their personal marketplace.
The Atlanta area is a hub for the cartels. All the Mexican cartels operate here in Atlanta for the same reasons businesses do. Great transportation routes. There's money here and there's a population they can blend in and be seen and be able to live within. So
listen to that analysis. All of the Mexican cartels operate here in Atlanta for the same reasons businesses do. They turned American cities into distribution hubs for their poison, using our infrastructure, our transportation networks, and our communities against us. Here's one of the most evil aspects of this operation. Cartels deliberately use children as camouflage to make their stash houses look like a normal American family. 2 young children were found in each location during the raids.
Neighbors were too afraid of retaliation to show their faces, but they say they thought a typical family with 2 kids lived here, not someone possibly connected to one of the most notorious drug cartels from Mexico.
That's exactly what the cartels wanted. They exploited our natural assumption that families with children are harmless, using kids as shield for multi-million-dollar drug operations. They wanted them to blend in, so you see them with neighbors and you see them playing with kids out front. This is calculated psychology manipulation designed to exploit American compassion and community trust. What makes this story even more alarming is that Atlanta has become a central distribution hub for the Mexican cartel operating in the United States. And it's not just by accident, it's a strategy. The DEA's largest meth seizure in history was about 3,000 pounds just last month. This 1,000-pound bust isn't even the biggest recent operation. Think about the scale that we're dealing with. Tons of poison flowing into American cities every single month. Cartels are using American infrastructure to distribute poison across the entire country.
the Atlanta area is a hub for the cartels. All of the Mexican cartels operate here in Atlanta for the same reasons businesses do. Great transportation routes. There's money here and there's a population they can blend in and be seen and be able to live within.
This is the immigration connection that politicians refuse to acknowledge. Large immigration populations provide cover for cartel operations because criminals can disappear into communities that don't cooperate with law enforcement. Let's talk about the economics that drives this criminal enterprise. The street value of this single bust was $5 million, but that represents just a fraction of what's getting through undetected. But here's the key point. The profit margins are so high that losing $5 million worth of drugs is just the cost of doing business for these cartels.
But again, you know, the DEA agents we talked to today say this isn't even the largest bust they've had in the agency's history, and they know there's more out there like it, and that's why they're going to keep up this kind of work here in Metro Atlanta.
This Atlanta bust represents a pattern we're seeing across America. Foreign criminal organizations are establishing permanent operations in American cities, using illegal immigrants as expendable operatives and treating our communities like an occupied territory. The same pattern appears in every major city. Cartels identify transportation hubs, establish stash houses in immigration communities where they can essentially blend in, recruit illegal immigrants who can't go to the police, and use children as camouflage to avoid suspicion.
With drugs come guns, and with guns comes violence.
They say when neighbors fear reporting suspicions, cartels can thrive.
This is how foreign criminal organizations establish control in American neighborhoods through fear, intimidation, and exploitation of community trust. America, this Atlanta bust should be a wake-up call for every American. Foreign criminal organizations are running sophisticated operations inside American cities, using our immigration system's weakness against us and treating American communities like their personal marketplace. When 4 out of the 5 suspects are illegal immigrants, when you had one deported twice and came back, when they're using children as human shields, and when they're moving tons of poison through American cities, we're not talking about immigration anymore. We're talking about invasion. The Jalisco New Generation cartel has established permanent operations in Atlanta because they know they can recruit illegal immigrants, blend into immigrant communities, and operate with relative impunity. This is economic warfare disguised as drug dealing. The solution isn't more social programs or community outreach. The solution is border security, immigration enforcement, and treating cartels like foreign terrorist organizations that they are. When Mexican criminals can establish multi-million-dollar operations in American cities using illegal immigrants as operatives, we've lost control. This bus stopped over 1/2 ton of meth from hitting American streets, but it represents just one operation in one city. The question isn't whether this is happening in your community. The question is whether law enforcement has found it yet. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comments section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.
They go back to back on Tyson DeLacruz. Let's keep it moving because I want to go to sleep. So it's 11 o'clock, and you know what that means. One last episode of Tyson DeLacruz. Let's go.
This is the moment more than 20 masked and hooded people stormed into
Holy
Howard
shit.
Jewelers in broad daylight.
America, I just watched some footage that looks something straight out of a third world country, but it's happening right in California. 30 masked criminals just swarmed a jewelry store like a pack of locusts. I'm talking about a coordinated mob violence you'd expect to see in countries where the rule of law has completely collapsed. These weren't desperate people stealing bread. This was organized criminal enterprise that treated an American business like their personal ATM. They smashed every display case, stole over $1 million worth of jewelry, and when the security system trapped them inside, they literally shot their way out with multiple firearms. This is what happens when criminals realize there's no consequences and law-abiding business owners become prey in their own community.
This cell phone video shows armed robbery suspects running to try and get away after ransacking Heller Jewelers in San Ramon. Moments before this, while individuals were still inside smashing display cases and taking items, according to police, the front door to the store locked.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLacruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This story shows exactly what organized retail crime looks like when it reaches the level of mob violence and why every American business is now a potential target. Let me break down what this coordinated swarm attack looked like. We're talking about 25 to 30 people in masks who descended upon Heller Jewelry like locusts, some armed with guns, other with crowbars and pickaxes. This wasn't random crime. This was predatory behavior where criminals hunt in packs. Think about the coordination here. Different people had different roles, like a pack of wolves where each animal has a specific function in taking down prey. Some would provide security with firearms, and the others actually did the smash and grab.
It was a scary scene at Heller Jewelers in San Ramon when around 25 people en masse ran inside, stealing jewelry, while another 6 waited outside in getaway cars.
That's 31 people in total coordinating like a criminal army. I can barely get 10 people to show up to a barbecue, but these predators organized 31 people to hunt down a single business.
Around 25 people en masse run inside, some holding guns, while others with pickaxes smash into the jewelry cases. Ashley Moore with the San Ramon Police Department describes it as a mob-style takeover.
That's exactly what it is. This is exactly what happens when predatory criminals realize they can overwhelm any defense through sheer numbers and violence. Now, here's where the story shows just how dangerous these predators really are. When they tried to leave, the store's automatic security system locked the front door in front of them, trapping them inside like the animals that they are. And their response, they started shooting their way out.
When the store door closed behind them, police say it automatically locked, trapping the group inside. A witness captured the robbers firing shots to escape.
It was a very dangerous situation.
They did fire multiple rounds through the front door, causing the door to shatter. Multiple gunshots in a busy shopping center in the middle of the day because these predators got caught in their own trap.
At least one person fired shots to bust out the door glass, and then everyone ran out. Not just 5 or 6 people, but almost 20, according to San Ramon police.
broad daylight, and anybody could have gotten hit.
Think about that. Family shopping, kids playing, innocent people trying to live their lives, and these predators firing multiple rounds because they're too stupid to plan their own escape properly. But here's what shows this is part of a larger pattern. The San Ramon Police Department had been warned by the Dublin PD that an Oakland robbery crew was hunting in the specific area. These aren't isolated incidents. These are organized predators running a circuit of targets.
San Ramon police released several new videos of that terrifying takeover robbery. They say the Dublin Police Department gave them a heads up that a robbery crew out of Oakland was in the area. So they immediately deployed their drone to the shopping center.
Dublin Police Department gave them the heads up that the robbery crew out of Oakland was in the area. This shows that these criminal predators are being tracked across multiple jurisdictions as they hunt vulnerable businesses.
In total, they were in and out in about 70 seconds. So they knew what they were doing. For sure. This was an organized hit.
70 seconds to coordinate 30 predators, smash multiple displays, steal over $1 million in jewelry, and shoot their way out of the trap. This is pack-style hunting criminal robbery. The good news is that law enforcement was already on these predators. Drone footage captured them fleeing from their getaway vehicles, and helicopters tracked them. Officers arrested 7 suspects. But here's the problem. They only caught 7 suspects out of the 31 predators.
Drone footage captured the suspects getting into their cars and speeding away. Police say choppers followed them. Officers arrested 3 men and a 17-year-old on International Boulevard in Oakland and arrested 3 others at the Dublin BART station.
That means 24 predators are still out there, probably already planning their next hunt. And get this, one of the ones that they caught was 17 years old. He was a 17-year-old kid who had been recruited in this predatory lifestyle and just destroyed his entire future for what amounts to the pocket change.
Moore says 7 suspects are now in custody, 6 adults and 1 juvenile, and the 6 cars believed to be used as getaway vehicles are also in police custody.
This isn't the first time these predators have hunted Heller jewelry. A similar attack happened in the same store in 2023, but that involved only 5 criminals. Now we're looking at 31. The pack is growing and they're getting more bolder.
That 2023 case actually involved 5 suspects who were later caught. Still, though, not the number of people seen here.
It's just sad that this is becoming more of the norm, more day in and day out.
It's just sad because it's becoming more of the norm. From 5 predators in 2023 to 31 predators in 2025. This isn't just criminal escalation. This is systematic hunting of American businesses by organized criminal packs.
The biggest concern was not seeing just 1 or 2 or 3 people, but like 20 people being involved in something like this.
Witnesses are describing this unlike anything that they've ever seen. The scale of these hunting operations are growing because the predators have learned that there's no real consequences for their actions. Think about what this means for legitimate business owners who are now essentially prey animals in their own communities. Michael and Joyce just bought their wedding rings from Heller Jewelers and came back to get them cleaned, only to find out the store was closed because of this predatory attack.
They are appalled at what happened.
Something really tragic could have happened worse than stealing jewelry yesterday.
Something really, really tragic could have happened here worse than stealing jewelry, and that is exactly right. When you have 31 armed predators firing multiple rounds in a busy shopping center, it's a miracle that nobody got killed. The business owners are trying to serve their community, provide jobs, and contribute to society. Instead, they're being hunted by criminal packs that see them nothing more than prey to be consumed. This San Ramon attack represents the complete breakdown of natural order, where law-abiding citizens should feel safe and criminals should fear consequences. Instead, we have a predator-prey relationship where criminals hunt in packs and businesses are defenseless prey. The fact that they hunted the same business twice shows these predators have no fear. They know that even if some of them get caught, the pack will survive and continue hunting. The basic predator behavior,
all the same
they
color.
return to successful hunting.
They all look the same color to me.
world involved
I mean,
shows
I'm
how these
not
criminal
racist,
packs
but
recruit young people
you
into
know,
predatory lifestyle. They
they
create
all
the
look the same
next
color.
generation of predators who see hunting businesses as a legitimate way to survive. America, this San
They
Ramon
all look the
jewelry
same
attack
color
should
to me.
terrify every business owner in California who believes in law and order. When 31 criminals can swarm a business like a pack of predators, fire multiple rounds in
That
a
is
crowded area,
crazy.
and most of them escape, we're living in a predatory prey society where good guys are the prey. This wasn't a random crime. This was organized criminal behavior. Well, criminals have learned that they can overwhelm any defense through sheer numbers and
Look at
violence.
that.
They treat American businesses like hunting grounds and the owners like nothing. The
You know,
business
I'm gonna
owners
call
at
it for
Heller
how
Jewelry
I
are the
see
real
it.
victims here.
They look
They're
like
trying to
roaches.
contribute to their community,
Look at
but
that. Look at
being
all the roaches running.
systematically hunted by criminal packs that see them nothing more than a resource to be
I call them
consumed.
for
We
what
need
they
to
are.
stop
A
treating these
bunch of
criminals like
roaches.
misguided individuals and start
That's
recognizing
fucked
for
up,
what they
man.
are. Predators who hunt in packs and see American businesses as prey.
Especially
And
taking
predators
advantage
only
and
understand
breaking
one thing:
in and
overwhelming
stealing.
force
And
that makes them the
I'm
hunted
supposed to
instead
respect
of the
them.
hunters.
I'm
Let me know
supposed
what
to
you think about
get
this.
some kind
Drop
of
it down
respect.
in the comment section down
You can
below.
kiss my
Smash
ass,
the like
Tyson.
button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the
On
next
the
one.
next one. Thank you, Tyson, for another beautiful upload there. That's Tyson DeLacruz. He was here on the show earlier for almost 2 hours. He's here every Thursday at 7:30. So make sure you come early and enjoy our entertainment because it's unscripted. But with that said, I'm getting tired. I am tired. I got a lot of learning to do. I got to learn how to edit AI videos and pictures, and I'm happy to get the app. Now I just got to learn how to use the app. But I'll learn, and we're gonna make this very interesting and make this very fun, and hopefully I can perfect it, and that way it's like we're gonna make the show very entertaining down in the future. But for right now, I'm tired, so I'm going to bed. I hope you're going to bed too. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll be back on tomorrow, hopefully, for another show. It's Friday, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a good night. Bye-bye for now.